In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night, I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Good evening, everybody who has been here from 8 o'clock Good evening to everyone in the chat. We've got Alex, we've got Faraz 2KO2, we've got Firetog, Dread FPL, the moderation sensation crew there. We've got Paulie, Nasty Balls, Peachy, Bulmer's there in the chat, Ryan Seachin, FPL Maestro, Sally's in there, Nana Yar. We've got people in the waiting room already. We've got Benji there. Hello, Vicky01242. Good evening to you. Matthew Briggs. Anyone tuning in on Twitch, on Periscope? We've got V7 Ryan tuning in. We've got Gregor tuning in on Twitch. Anyone on Facebook Live there also, hello to you guys too. Joining us tonight, we're very, very happy to announce we've got Capkin Gaming, or also known now as Capkin FPL. How are you doing this evening, Capkin?
I'm doing good. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much. How are you?
Oh, I'm super. And also joining me, we've got the one, the only, the man with the plan, Steve-O. Right there, buddy. Has your draft changed at all?
No.
There you go.
What I will say is that it's the usual thing of the standard shouting out FPL, Planet FPL, and there's my notes. There's my notes.
Can we not get to like 1 minute in before you mention Sudgel Gems, please? Like, come on. I mean, I'm sure they're flattered and all. But
there's my notes. There's my notes on the old thing.
I can't believe you are right. You got some notes there.
Oh, absolutely. Captain, it has to be,
He's got the Pookie Pal. We don't do notes, do we? I thought we just do it. We just wing it. That's what we do in this show. But yeah, you had a good day, Steve-O?
Long up. In fact, you know what? Let's just get straight into it, because I was just saying to Captain just now that, as you know, as many know, I'm just not really giving any much attention to fantasy football content or anything. I'm kind of going back to things that I used to enjoy watching / listening to, and I've just gotten into gaming, computer gaming, specifically Warzone. Just watching a few the odd live streams here or there. There's a guy that I was watching earlier, Beast Machine, I think his name is. I've completely forgotten now. SoCal, I've been starting to watch, and SoCal kind of reminds me of me and you, Jason. He's on the road to 10,000. We're on the road to 5,000. I'll do his line. If you are watching, you haven't subscribed, hit the old subscribe button. But no, in all seriousness, and Capin revealed that, mate, you were in the kind of like in the business, so to speak, and you're a tester of games and stuff. It sounded really interesting, and you said about jokingly that you're kind of sick to death of talking about FPL. Obviously, we don't mean that literally, but you know what?
I don't know why I'm here, so you know.
Well, we could all just boot up FIFA, but that's not a good game anymore. Apparently, I've asked so many people about, shall I get FIFA? Shall I get FIFA 20? And they're like, no. Like,
why are they saying that? What? In all seriousness?
So I stopped playing FIFA. Probably FIFA 17 probably was the last FIFA I played. I really was into FIFA back like in FIFA 11, FIFA 12, FIFA 13. Those were my core FIFA days. But since about FIFA 17, I stopped playing. And then when we started Elite FPL, during the off season on the first one, I asked a few people, because I thought about doing some FIFA games, and I thought about doing like pro clubs. You know, pro clubs used to be something I used to love playing with my friends.
Oh man.
And I was thinking, why don't we do an Elite FPL Pro Club? So we can get like someone in goal, someone in midfield, someone in defence. You know, get a full team of 11 people playing pro clubs. And I asked around, and there were like, literally people were saying, "Don't bother." They're just neglecting pro clubs. Well, they're saying about the servers. Apparently, the servers are really bad. Lots of complaints. They all they care about is Ultimate Team. I mean, this is the feedback. So I thought, you know what, I won't bother doing it. But the new FIFA's coming out soon, and I haven't heard anything about that. So I might ask some of the professional FIFA players that we've got in the chat whether or not it's worth looking at FIFA again, because that'd be quite a laugh. Even we could talk about FPL and play FIFA at the same time. You know,
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I love the prospect of playing pro clubs with a load of people that you know are in the community. So you guys, if you think that's a good idea, then comment on the video, let me know, or let us know on Twitter as well, or Discord. Come in Discord, and then there's a channel in Discord, right? If you're interested in this, seriously, there's a channel in Discord called the Elite Think Tank, type in there if you think that's a really good idea. Because if we get enough people, then I will literally look into doing that. Pro Evo is the best, says Anish in the chat. Worldwide Soccer 1997. Nasty Balls. No, it's all about International Superstar Soccer Deluxe. Does anyone play that on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System? That was probably one of my favourite football games. Back in the days, it was Duckham and all that. The names are all wrong.
I think you should definitely do it. Me and a couple of friends, like, we were dedicated to play pro clubs, and we all, like, at night, like, when it comes like afternoon after work.
Mate, do you want to sign?
After that buzz, yeah, of course.
You want to sign? You want to play a bit of pro clubs?
I'm a CDM. Yeah? I'm an attacking midfielder. I'm everything. What you need, man. I love it. Yeah, I have like lots of hours on that. Of course.
Do they do cross-platform yet, or do I need to get a console? Like, because I haven't got a console yet, so that's another issue. If Pro Clubs is cross-platform this year, then it's going to be amazing. But if EA are behind the times, because even Rocket League's cross-platform, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, we'll look into it. Because what console have you got anyway, Capkin?
I got the PS4.
PS4.
PC. Yeah, I'm going to get the new PlayStation when it comes out.
Yeah, because I would probably get FIFA on the PC, but I imagine that the majority of people have got it on the console. So
yeah, I don't think there's not much of people that play it on the PlayStation, to be honest. It's that nice, relaxing kind of like control. I don't know why. It's just, I think most people
I play it with a controller on the PC as well, but it's been that's fair enough. I mean, we'll look into that. We'll look into that definitely. But there's loads of people tuning in, so thank you ever so much. 202 people at the moment watching. Thank you for being here. For those who don't know Capkin joined us last season. It seems. Do you know we were talking, me and Steve-O, and we reckon the last time you were on our show was for the final game week of 2019-2020.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Is that? But I have I have seen you guys before that as well. So I think it was such a long time now. Nearly, it's getting to the 2 year stage.
Well, I was watching us back just by pure coincidence. I was just doing some research on our own stuff, and I just decided to tune into the last day of the season. I forgot that you were part of that show, and you just jumped in, didn't you, for the last... because I wasn't there, and Jason said, "Oh, Capkin's here. Let's just bring him on." That show was fantastic, and there's always those words that stuck. We spoke to you again later, but it was always those words in my head that stuck, which is just do what you are doing. And we're here now, and it's
we're still doing it, man. We're still doing it, man. We haven't changed anything. Like, literally, the graphics might have improved a little bit, but other than that, we're still the same two guys. Me in the kitchen, Steve-O in his bedroom, and I remember the mobile days, man. I used to remember that when Steve-O. I'm not gonna lie to you, like I love those. Him wearing the shirt as well. Jason doing the afternoon shows, like. I mean, one of the reasons why I was around, you know what I mean? And definitely, man, you should have to keep going.
But in all seriousness, let us be real here. The live stream format has changed a lot in the last year and a half or so. Like, when we did that, the three of us, me, you, Dan, and Jace, when we all four of us did that, we were the only ones doing 3 p.m. kickoffs or whatever, covering game.
Yeah.
Now it's like every other channel's doing it. It's the world of FPL from a content creator point of view. It's changed completely since 2 years ago, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think if I had I'm not gonna lie. I think if I had the time, I would definitely do the 3 o'clock ones. I'll definitely do all of the deadline streams or afternoon streams. I would just do it all day. Like, seriously, it'll be not a problem for me. But I don't know. I think like work comes into it, and I'm a gamer as well. I love like just concentrating on my video game.
What games you playing at the moment, man?
Well, I'm waiting for the Shadowlands for World of Warcraft to come out. So I'm kind of like farming everything, getting all the mounts ready.
So I watch what's his name on? Sorry, on that note, I watch a guy on Twitch called
Asmongold.
Asmongold, and I don't have a clue what he does, but the guy is like an encyclopedia on World of Warcraft, and like he's just mesmerizing to watch because he just reacts to stuff on the internet as well and all the drama. But anyway, Carrot.
I watch his stuff as well. It's really entertaining, reacting to stuff and stuff like that. Like FIFA, I'm just waiting for the new one. Call of Duty, not much no more. I think my reaction skills went downhill, going into the mid-30s. So, I mean... You're
not that old, are you, man? You're not that mid-30s. You look 21, 22.
Yeah, I'm mid-30s, yeah.
What? That's not right.
The Office.
Oh God, here we go.
I'm in my 30s.
like I'm not saying it's an old just like getting
good, man.
Exhausted, mate. Inside, I'm just basically dying, like very slowly, but
Do you see there's like because like I said, we were talking off air, and I just mentioned on air just now that I'm loving the live stream formats of how these gamers do it. Now, admittedly, you're watching them play something, but do you think there's a lot for fantasy football content to learn from them, or do you think there's aspects of computer gaming streaming which could be brought into this arena? Yeah,
I mean, live streams. Live streams is not an easy thing to do. No, that's number one. It's not a live stream is not an easy thing to do. You got to be really dedicated to actually stay there for like 2 hours on the spot and do what you need to do and be entertaining for as much as you can. So it is not an easy thing. It's very difficult to do. But like for FPL, definitely like 3 o'clock games, afternoon games. To be honest with you, I watched most of your afternoon games most of the time when I was after work and stuff like that. It's something to watch. It's something like I can just sit and chill and just listen to, even in the background, even if I'm not even 100% like dedicated to listen to everything. It's just nice, and there is a lot of people that does that. And one of the things I like is streaming and long videos to give me, I guess, the information I need, or that feel of you just want to look, you just want to kind of listen to FPL stuff.
Well, it's like when I wasn't able to do a stream a couple of times last season, and Steve was doing like a watch along to a game, and like he had a couple of like callers on as well. Like we had Paulie on. Maybe Charlie or someone else is on with him. Maybe Drezair is on with him, and mine might have the game on. And like you said, I'm not fully. Maybe I'm doing other things as well, watching the game. Steve-O's there, and it's like there's something happens in the game, and it's like suddenly like need to look to see. I need to see what Steve-O's reaction is. And I think that is just priceless, because it's not just about the information that's being given, it's about the emotion. It's about the anger and rage that Steve-O portrays is so beautiful. Like, if I could bottle that up, I would drink that for days, my friend. Like, that's like fuel that keeps me going in FPL. Like it, and I tell you what, on our first season, me and Steve-O were really close. Like, in terms of rank. Like, we weren't that close any other way, but we were close in terms of rank. And I tell you now, that was the most coolest thing ever, because there was mind games going on. There was sort of like bluffs. There was Steve-O was literally doing the best he's done in years, but he was still enraged that I was just ahead of him, and he couldn't work it out, because he was, in his mind, he was being meticulous and logical with his picks. I was taking -8s, -16s. He was like, "What is happening? What is happening?"
I bet he was pissing him off so much when that -8 paid off in it. Well, that's the thing, right?
That season was different, because we had it's really weird. It was like we had a format to our show. We weren't doing this for, like, I'm not being rude, but like, there's a lot of people out there that just do it for the. Right, I know this sounds really weird what I'm about to say. Like, I know, like, Jason mentioned it and stuff, but it's like a lot of people just seem to just literally do it for the views and everything. I don't. I will just sit here and talk for 3 hours about garbage, just tangents. I won't even interact with the chat, and I'll just talk nonsense about any subject matter possible. And at the time, myself, Jason, and Dan, we were just uploading the videos or the live streams specifically for our Facebook group, weren't we, Jace? And we knew that certain people like our man Dylan, FPL Booner, Daily Llama, John Harris, they'd tune in on a regular basis. But we were properly just doing this for the Torbay Elite League. And then, like you said, it just cottoned on that people were just like yourself, cottoned on to see the emotions being driven. And yeah, that was... I can barely remember it, Jace, to be honest with you. All I do remember is, like you said, like all those logical moves I would do, they just wouldn't work out. They just cancel each other out, wouldn't they? Like you do a -8 to bring in 2 players. I'd do 2 transfers for free, and your players would still get double-digit hauls, and mine would just get single digits, and it would just be like, great, they've cancelled each other out. What a complete waste of time. And it was. I'm hoping the same for this season. Yeah, I really am. I'm hoping that this season it's going to be a lot more competitive, because let's be honest, Capkin, I don't know about how your season ended last season, but for me, Project Restart was like gold. It was just like, my goodness, I've gone from 1.5 million in the world, I got like, I don't know, 300,000. How did it go for you, Project Restart? Did it work out for you, or did it completely backfire like it's done with a lot of people?
It worked out. I think what happened was I kept on like losing a lot of ranks and just doing the wrong decisions before the lockdown stuff. So I found myself 250k. I was thinking, what's going on? Like, I don't understand. I'm doing it right, but it's all that one person, like that one player that I'm missing out. It's like Sterling or something scoring a hat trick, or one other player. It's just one thing, or one captain option away to jump into the next ranks. And I was just like, I don't understand what's going on. And then the Project Restart gave us the unlimited transfers. That kind of helped me out. I had the bench boost, I'm going to go for this. And it worked out really well. I was around the 100k mark. And the jump between the 100k to 50k, it was actually quite easy, right? But I just finished just outside of 100k last season because I just got it wrong. Basically, what happened was the last game week, I used my free hit, and I should have never done that, because I looked at free hitting like maybe in game week 36, in game week 34, when no one was thinking about hitting, but it was like this year, I think if I have a gut feeling that, you know what, I'm not going to wait for game week 38 just because someone told me that you have to do it or is the way to do it, I am just going to press that button and free hit and go for it. Because if I free hit in a game week 36, maybe I could have been in the top 50k, or maybe even more if I got a captain right. It's just that mentality. So this year, I learned a lot. If I feel like I need to wildcard in game week 2, I will press that button now.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
people.
the thing. If not, I'll do it later on. So any kind of gut feeling that I have with my team, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to...
It's funny you say it, because a lot of people, there's this strategy come out. Nathan Bacon seemed to have made it or popularized it. But a lot of people, a friend of the show, Stevie Jackson, who ended up 4,000th last year, he's saying that game week 1 squad, just set it up for a bench boost. Game week 2, hit the wild card. He's adamant. He said, I'm doing it. There's lots of other people doing this. And I've still said, no, you won't. No, you won't. You're coming out with all the ideas now. You won't do it. I had some
bench boost in game week 1.
Yes. So you set up a full squad, whoever you want, the best players, and then in that game week bench boost, and then game week 2, hit the wild card, bringing all the Manchester players. We all know how fantasy football works, and I keep using this example, but as James said on Planet, there we are, 50th time. Southampton, they beat Crystal Palace 3-0. Shevchenko gets a hat trick. Everybody's just going to go, gotta get him in, gotta get rid of Armstrong. You get the idea. And it's such a different game, fantasy football, and all these people with plans. Like, I've got a plan. Jason has a plan. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it won't happen. I just know I'll go against it. But those words that you've just said, if I've got a gut feeling to play my triple captain in game week 6, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And I really hope people like yourself and Stevie Jackson and my mate Dale, Nathan Bacon, whoever, just do it. Because I'll tell you what, in fact, I'll ask you the question. What have you learned from this whole Project Restart coming into this new season that we're approaching next week?
I think that anything can happen. That's number one. I mean, you guys know 2020. Oh man, it's a bad year, and it hasn't even finished yet. And I'm pretty sure that more stuff will come along. And working from at home, or there's some people that's working from at home. There's been a lot of like problems with work related stuff, people losing their jobs, people losing their lives and stuff like that. And obviously, like, I guess football does kind of like push us in a different direction to kind of like mentally, so we can like enjoy the game and remove ourselves from the real life stuff. But right now, I'm telling you right now, anything can happen. There could be a quarantine straight away. Someone can get ill and the whole squad could be off. There could be postponements. People think that, I'm going to do this strategy and it's going to work. No, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, because what's going to happen is game week 1 is going to hit. You're going to see Mason Mount scoring a hat-trick or something. You're going to see Harry Kane coming out of nowhere. Like, I don't know, because he hasn't played a game. He probably might be on the bench. He probably won't, right? But you know how he is. He'll just play any game. It doesn't matter how fit he is. He's got a broken leg. He will still play. So, and he'll score like a hat-trick or something. And then you're like looking at your team and you've got like, I don't know, like Antonio and Armstrong and all these little, cheap players. You're like, what am I doing in my life? What's going on? I need these players. And you're like, and then you still got Manchester City and Manchester United to deal with. Anything can happen, because if a person gets ill, they're going to be out for 2 weeks or more. If it spreads within their camp, they're all going to be out. They're not going to hang around, because that's the way it is, unless that person gets tested before they're in the train gun or something. These are the things that we need to adapt. These are the things that we need to look out for. Who's that guy from West Ham? It's for 5 million.
Soucek,
yeah.
He was in my team. I'll bet you anyway, there's like 2 million players out there who's got Soucek in their team. Now, are you going to have him in your team? No, because he's missing game week 1, and game week 1 is the best game week for West Ham. That's when you're holding it from, just for that. You're only playing him because of a game week 1. Anything can happen right now. And the rules could change, and governments, we gotta just be aware with this news we gotta be more aware of the news instead of just football. So that's the thing that's going to be changed.
Yeah, Jace, you were agreeing with Andy, weren't you, last night on that? Like, just try to hold fire with those transfers. If you brought that player in specifically for X fixtures, stick with them. Yeah,
going on for what Capkin said, because there's going to be things that there's most likely going to be a curveball thrown in this season, with teams and or players. Now, if you're impatient and you're not saving your transfers, you're going to have to take hits to possibly sort problems out you didn't need. Going to what you're saying is like, if you bring a player in for five game weeks, say fixtures, their fixtures are good, you're happy with them. They play against West Brom or something and they blank, and then you get angry and you take them out. That's that type of play that is going to basically backfire on you, because you're going to be chopping and changing your team, and there's going to be, like Capkin says, there's going to be a good potential that you're going to need to make savings, so save 2 free transfers and plan around any like shock news of players being quarantined or admitted from the squad. it's a likelihood, a very real likelihood that going to be something we're going to have to navigate through.
Yeah. I think it's not sorry, he wasn't COVID. He was just quarantined because he traveled, right? So just making sure that's the correct thing. Yeah,
I think that's the case. But again, it's they're all being regularly tested, aren't they? And all it takes is one of them to get a positive result, and then they're going to be omitted, aren't they, from the squad? And
so I mean, if you look at my work, right, we're not going to go back. We're not going back because there's like lots of us. There's 300 people, right, or 400, whatever. If one of us gets like ill or something like that, even normal cough, ill like flu, it's very there's a lot of panic around, and the company will lose money as well. So if you're not creating no games, you ain't getting nothing. So it's very risky. So we just need to be aware with these things while we're playing it this season, and that's the extra thing that we need to get into our minds to kind of think about, and that's it.
Absolutely, 100%. Now, Capkin, moving on, you sent me a screenshot earlier today. Now we haven't spoken about this screenshot. You just said, "Hi Jay," or something like that. This is a team. I'm thinking of doing something a bit different this evening. You sent me the screenshot, and I said I would build this team for you on the screen, and I've built that team. So that team is Nyland, McCarthy, Mitchell, Robertson, Johnson, Doherty, Vinagre, Aubameyang, Salah, St. Maximin, Armstrong, Son, Davis, Werner, and Mitrovic. So straight away, a very well balanced team. Is
it on the screen?
It's on the screen for people to see.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can see.
All right. There we go.
Put lovely Armstrong in the middle, and then put Davis down there. It doesn't look nice. I always get that little thing where I always like to fix up my formation.
All right.
I get a little bit like, I'm joking. But yeah, it's so that's basically how my team is looking like right now.
Let me just quickly switch those around for you so you don't... Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, it's basically the team that I'm going with. And one of the things that I thought it would be good is just to have a look at like planning your strategy. And there is a strategy in mind with this team. I would say, if you look at Armstrong, don't know if it's going to play, but it's 5.5, and he is my player that I can actually change. So I can get any player that I want in that price range of 7.5. And the defense, I'm looking for another 4.0 defender that plays to rotate with the Wolves defender. So I got it set here. The thing that is a little bit different, or like the plan is, if you go to the transfers, you can see that I have 2 million in the bank.
Yes.
And that is the thing that I wanted to kind of like talk to people about, kind of like help or just give advice. And we can like talk about why I got 2 million in the bank.
Yeah, because even with a team like this, right now it's on the screen with 352. Okay. It's the fact that you've got 2 million in the bank is amazing. The fact you've got Salah and Aubameyang in midfield with Son, Werner, Mitrovic. It's crazy.
Well, this team, Jace, someone on Twitter, I don't know who it was, but I just jokingly said they've put up exactly this team, and I jokingly said that's my, and it's my team. Apart from I've got Kane, Capin's got Mitrovic, and instead of Vinagre, I've got Trent. That's it. I just don't like Salah. But this team, and I'm like Capin, I've got 2.5 in the bank. So I'm going to be interested to hear what Capin has to say, because I think pretty much he's going to be repeating what I've been saying about my own team. But I'm going to be really interested.
Did you know, ladies and gentlemen, that Capkin's got a silent K in his name?
The what? It is, isn't it?
That's sorry. So it's just it's fine. So carry on.
Yeah. Yeah, like so I think it's just nice to kind of like show some kind of plan for people that might give people an idea on the stream. So if you go to the transfers, and obviously, what is the number one thing that we are looking at for Game Week 2? It's the Manchester City and Manchester United players, right? Like, everyone's going to be thinking of to bring them in. Why is people wildcarding in Game Week 2? Because they want Manchester City and Manchester United players. Well, what if you can get a team where you can set yourself up so you're not only looking for Greenwood, right? But you're looking for Bruno. You're looking for Greenwood. So basically different options. Because you don't want to be tied down with one player. Because just in case, like we talked before in the beginning, COVID is around. Quarantine's around. Just in case players are not fit, there could be an injury. Because we have to wait a week later. You know, when we submit our teams, we have to wait a week later before we'll see Manchester United play, right? So it's just something different. It's interesting. I'm not saying this is the best or anything like that, but it's a good kind of thought, right? Because if you look, all I can do for Game Week 2, if I want I want Bruno Fernandes. What I can do, remove Song and bring Bruno Fernandes in. There you go. I got the best player there, and I got 0.5 in the bank. The only reason that there's 2 million is because if I don't like Armstrong and I'm thinking, this guy is not going to play because Adam's playing with Ings. Okay, you know what? I had enough already. It's Game Week 1. Go. Okay, remove him, and I got Greenwood that 7.5, and I used all my money. I set my team up. If I don't like St. Maximin, I'll do the same for him instead of Armstrong. It's just something like that. And if I go for the Greenwood route, so let's just say I bring in Greenwood. No, for Song. I remove Song. He played a lot of games. I think there's a midweek game after. So it's like Game Week 1, they play something in the middle, right? I'm not sure. And then let's just say I downgrade Song. He's a great player. I'm not saying he is bad. He is a great player. We know what he can do. He's explosive and he can score a lot of goals and he can rank you up really fast. If I bring Greenwood in, I'll have money. I think I will have money to get Martial for Mitro if I remove Aubameyang in Game Week 3 and then I have another 0.5. I haven't really worked out properly. Let me just quickly work it out. I think that's the case. So if I remove Song, and yeah, so I got 11 million. I bring in Greenwood, that is 7.5, and Mitro, yeah, so 7.5. If I don't want to go for that Manchester City players, I can go for 9.5. Manchester United player. Yeah, 9.5. I'll be able to get another Manchester United player. What I'm trying to say is it's good to have
flexibility.
Some kind of flexibility. I know a lot of people spoke about it in your previous videos and stuff and streams. It is true, though. If I'm not wildcarding, I don't want to pay a hit for Bruno for Game Week 2. It doesn't make any sense. If I want that player, I want to be able to get it in one goal. If I bench Bruno in Game Week 1, I am handicapping. Like, I'm like my team is weaker, right? I guess I can bench Greenwood, and I looked at that. Then this formation will be a 4-4-2 formation. Just things like that. I think it's quite interesting.
Oh yeah.
I think it's something. It's not the best. Like I don't think there is a best strategy. I think it's just good to have options. If I remove Aubameyang to Kevin De Bruyne or Sterling, I'll have 0.5, and I'll be able to have 1 million, even though I have Bruno, and I can upgrade one of my defenders. I don't know. Maybe I could go and get a 6.5 player if I remove Saint Maximin. Maybe I could go and get Foden.
You're playing the price points, and it's easy to slot. It's easy to slot players in.
Yeah.
To your formation and to your team. Players that you're already earmarking as being in your team come Game Week 2, 3, 4, and onwards.
Yeah, and of course there's going to be price rises, right? I am 100%. I know that, and that's one of the things that could hurt you. If you are on the spot and, if you miss that, if you don't have any money in the bank as well, like 0.5, and you miss that one little price tag, like one little jump, it's going to hurt you a lot. You got to be on it as well. So, I don't know. I think looking at it, 2 million is quite a lot of money to hold in your bank. Don't do that. I think that's just an example. I think 0.5 is good enough. But for me, I might actually just go for that 1.5 and get Bruno, and I'm done. I got my Manchester United, sorry, and then I get Manchester City playing Game Week 3. I basically done the wild card without doing the wild card because we don't know what's going to happen. I know people's going to jump on the but and people still going to get Manchester United players. You think you're going to go without Manchester United players in Game Week 2 for the wild card? No, you've got to definitely get probably 2 at least if you wild carding, but having at least 1 is better than none. That's just a little strategy, and it's just something to think about. But yeah, I don't know what you guys think.
I like it, and it's something that was, it's been something which has been talked about a lot. Obviously, you've got a lot of flexibility in this team. You've got a good lot. I mean, it's a great team. It's a great team, and you got 2 million in the bank for that flexibility. I can't say a negative thing about this. It's a very logical way of preparing yourself for Game Week 1 and onwards. And I think you'll be seeing a lot of teams similar to this for that very reason. Definitely, Steve-O. You're saying it's like yours already. You said it's like yours, so you've obviously thinking down these lines as well.
Yeah, well, I've already thought the basics. I've got a team pretty much set up, or based on the caveat of friendlies, injuries, all that nonsense. I'm still going to be fascinated about Werner. Will Werner be starting Game Week 1? I'm going to be listening out for the team news from Frank Lampard. I would like to think he'll be starting that game, but he doesn't need to start if he's still a bit tired after the 2 international games, which I'm assuming he'll play both of them. I don't know who that. They're playing Spain in one of the games. I don't know who the other team is against.
I don't know who the other game is. Sorry.
Either way, the point being is that there are a few things which may change my mind. Werner's not playing, but Pulisic, he's okay. He's going to start Game Week 1. Fantastic. I'll be bringing in Pulisic, and I'll be replacing Werner with Mitrovic.
Switzerland is the other team.
It's Switzerland, is it? Yeah. So it all depends on what the team sheets. And it's crazy to think, Jace, it's next week Saturday. It's mad, isn't it?
I know. It's I think that next week Saturday there's going to be a massive stream. I think we're going to just, I don't know, I'm almost going to be just recording Discord, because there's going to be an absolute meltdown in Discord, and people are going to be I just want to hear it. I just want to hear people just panicking. Sorry, but it's music to my ears. Like that one time when Steve-O did his wild card, right? And he left it to literally 5 minutes before the deadline to sort his wild card out. It was like, right, I'll do this, I'll do that. Okay, bring him that player. All right, 30 seconds. Right, okay, I can bring in. Okay, and then literally you weren't even sure what team you submitted.
Do you know, it's fascinating you bring that. I was just again brought back a memory. I forgot all about that, and that is a prime example of me constantly looking at chat. I had a plan. I looked at the plan. The plan was there in place. I said, I'm going to have... It was Vardy for definite I was going to have, and someone else. I didn't bring him in. Why would I? Because I was listening to the chat. The chat was saying, no, he shouldn't be doing this. What happened? Vardy went on this goal-scoring streak. The other player I was going to bring in went on some whatever. It completely backfired. And I'll ask you actually, Capkin, the deadline being changed an hour and a half beforehand. Are you happy with this now that we're not going to get leaked team news? Because I, for one, am.
So it's 1.5 hours, right, instead of 1 hour?
Yes.
I haven't really thought of it, to be honest with you.
Did it affect you in this project restart? Because I know it was going mental throughout that period.
I think, because you always seem to find an information right at the last minute, and it's something that you have to do these days. I mean, if you're on Twitter and the last 10 minutes of the deadline, lots of information pops out. It's not even about people finding these information. The football teams are just showing it as well sometimes. So, and I got to that situation where I'm just on my Twitter, refresh. Come on, anything can do. And I'm like, what am I doing with my life? What's going on? why am I doing this? And then I have to post my team for people. Oh, sorry, I muted myself there. To see what kind of team that I set up, because I do enjoy posting my team for people to see. It's just the way I've been playing it. You know, that's what I've been doing with my channel and stuff like that. But this year, I don't think I'm going to post it before the deadline. I'll just post it afterwards because I'm just too tired. I'm trying to look for information, and maybe I could just post it before now because it's 1 hour and 1 hour and a half. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting, but I think there's still going to be leaks. I think there's going to be some stories still, but I think it's going to be more difficult, and there will be a lot of players that will be benched, and we're all going to cry about it, which is going to be fun, because I think before, when we didn't know what was happening, who was playing, when we found out our player didn't play, or we saw someone like our opponent's player did not, like, let's just say you got Salah, they got Mane, that Mane was benched, I'm like, yes, and then you see it finally. Yeah, it's that thrill, right? So to see what happened without knowing is actually quite a nice feeling. So that's my kind of, I don't know. I'm not fussed too much, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
it's
when
fine.
I used to talking of like what am I doing in my life. Now, don't get me wrong, I actually genuinely enjoy the streams of Davey FPL and Let's Talk FPL when they do their deadline streams, or even Planet FPL James. I just find, but it actually got to the point for me where I was actually tuning in just to hear the leaked news rather than actually enjoying the show for what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
And like you said, it was just driving me up the wall. I was like, oh my God, this panic, absolute panic.
I've got the video. I've actually got this video up on the screen, and I really want to play it. It's 2 minutes. Do you mind if I play it?
What is it? I'm assuming
your 2 minute meltdown.
Yeah, carry on, man.
Yeah, right, okay, I'm
There's
just going
new
to play
people
this
around
video.
here. Anybody
Here
new
we
around
go.
here? If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. If you're enjoying the show, just hit the like button. So here we go. I'll watch it myself.
Minutes left. Make transfers. Confirms Williams. No, Newcastle and rubbish. Let's go with Scientia. Go on with Scientia. Let's confirm team. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. Make transfers. Confirm transfers. Done. Right then. That's the team at the moment. That is the team at the moment, but there's no Arsenal coverage whatsoever. I hate it. We've got 2 minutes left. This is can we do AAA with Trent Alexander without Trent Alexander-Arnold in less than a minute? Yes, we can. Right, let's get Aubameyang quickly. As Ricky Gervais says in XFM, quickly. Aubameyang in. Right, we've got 4.1 million. Oh, God almighty. 4.1. No, I don't want anybody from there. Get rid of Pereira. We've got 1 minute left. I don't think I'm going to make this whatsoever. I don't think this is going to be made whatsoever. Liverpool. Let's quickly bring in Matip. Oh, my goodness. 1 minute left. We are counting down. 4.8. 4.8. Who can I bring in for 4.8 million? Let's just quickly go Burnley for a second. Peters. Can I do it? Should I do this team? Yes or no? We got 30 seconds. Should I do this team? Yes or no? We got Aubameyang. we got 30 seconds. It's passed now. No matter what's happened, the time has passed. I'm sweating. I don't even know what team I'm. Oh God, I'm getting up for a second.
Right, so that was Steve-O.
Let's just quickly go for a break. I need to get up.
That was Steve-O melting down 2 minutes prior to the his wild card to the deadline. What was that? What Game Week 9 wild card? That was absolutely just amazing. And that
like kind of just ironically, my PlayStation decides to mess up the 1 minute I want to see it, but it really is like I'm like really interested by human psychology. I like look into it a lot anyway. That was like watching a man just so obsessed with looking at chat and just like, you guys tell me what to do and then I'll do it, rather than just focusing on yourself. You don't see that anywhere. You don't see that anywhere. And just even looking at the chat just then at the time, looking at it, just like everybody's saying different things and stuff. It's interesting. It's really fascinating just looking back at these. Like, it's almost like a documentary into the ways of FPL management, isn't it, Jace? It's just bizarre.
I mean, let's be honest. The chat want to see drama, so they were going to encourage you to do quite crazy stuff. I mean, like, I remember that time when I tossed a coin to do a -16.
That was epic, by the way.
And it was just like, you know, the -16 coin cost. It was absolutely. I said that wrong. Coin toss. Yeah, that was epic. You know, and that was completely just spur of the moment. And that's the sort of moments that, you know. Yeah, it was just stay with me, man. Absolutely stay with me. And the chat were going mad. They were loving it. And if you give the chat control, they'll just ruin your team.
The funny thing is, no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, carry on.
I was gonna say, Steve was reading the chat, right? They say 2 minutes, but that was 2 minutes 2 minutes ago, because there is a little bit of a delay, you know.
Yeah.
They're saying 30 seconds. That's 30 seconds gone already. It was just too much.
Yeah, 100%.
There were lots of times last season where I personally would be looking at the chat and they'd be saying, like, you shouldn't be. I don't think anybody maliciously goes out. I mean, there'll be some prat that does it, but I think the majority don't go out their way to be like, let's sabotage his team. I think they genuinely are trying to give you legitimate inputs. But unfortunately, like, no disrespect, but we're all sheep. And we follow the crowd, and that's why I'm fascinated with what Capkin's saying about, like, going with his own decisions. And the same with you, Jace, this season. The same with me. It's, can we do it though? Can we, when we're doing these streams, be that that way in which we can just block off that? I mean, I can do it. Now, I haven't looked at the chat.
It's all about being thick-skinned, Steve-O, and. Because you know as well as I do, you do something different from the crowd. The first thing the chat's going to say is like, told you so. Told you. You brought in Harvey Barnes. He didn't get the brace that you were hoping for. I told you. But I tell you now, if you stick to your guns and Harvey Barnes does get a brace, then that is absolute sweetness right there.
If you bring Harvey Barnes and he scores a hat-trick, you're a legend. You're done.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's the best feeling. You get something right. It feels great. So just do your own calls. If your call does well, you get that feeling, that good feeling that you actually did something really, really good in a weird way.
Squid says in chat, coin toss or toin toss for Steve-O to triple captain Sterling game week 1. Let's do it, Steve-O. Let's do it. We were all sheep until 2020. Now everyone is playing their own games, says Vince Bruno.
Yes.
Vince Chapman there. No risk, no reward, says Carrie. Absolutely. It's difficult not to go with the crowd, especially when there is something else. I can't see what it is because I'm reading it on the stream and it hasn't gone through. Yes, it's difficult to not go with the crowd, especially when there's enough momentum for a player, right? For there's a fear of missing out. Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, you don't want to miss out, and you still want to play your own game, obviously, but yeah, I know what you mean. That pressure does come along. I'm plus a content creator for FPL. You get that all the time, but for me, I got a thick skin. I'm very good at just. Okay, it happens. I did it wrong. Let's move on and go for game week 2, and just keep going, just playing the game, because it's a whole year. It's not even a month. This is a game. It's not for a week. It goes through your whole life cycle kind of thing. So a lot of things happens throughout your life. So
Listen, Kat, we're approaching up the 5 to 9 mark. This is the sort of time in the stream that we consider bringing some guests on. Are you happy to take some calls?
Of course, man. I'm all good. I'm all good.
Cool. So if you want to jump in on Discord and we'll choose our first caller to come on air, and we'll let you choose the first one. We've got moderators who are currently letting me know. So let me just drag you in. Hang on a second.
No, you guys pick. I don't want to.
The moderators. If a moderator can message me, please, to let me know who has been waiting the longest, that would be amazing. I know that the guys.
I can tell you myself personally. I know that Resit 30 has been
Resit 30.
Start. I know that for fact.
Really? Okay. Has he posted his team though in the screenshots?
I have no idea.
There we go. Resit 30. Yeah, he has.
We warn people now that we are going to be hopefully having moderators checking over everything prior to coming live on air.
Yeah.
So hopefully everything
we're getting organised. We're getting organised, guys. That's the key.
There we are. Firetog's done it in team screenshots. Thank you, Firetog.
I've got it here. Resit 30 has still got himself muted. If you can unmute yourself on Discord, Resit, that would be great. We'll have a little chat about your team.
Hey.
How you doing, mate? You all right?
Good, thanks. How are you going?
Yeah, I'm super. Thanks for asking, Resit. Whereabouts are you from, my friend?
From Australia, down under.
Oh, right. Nice one.
Hello.
Yeah, good, thanks. See you, mate. How are you, mate?
Evening. That's my impression of Jay from The In-Betweeners doing his impression of an Australian.
What's it, about 7 o'clock in the morning? About 7 o'clock in the morning where you are, isn't it?
6 in the morning.
6 in the morning, and you're watching us on YouTube.
That's commitment, isn't it?
That is commitment. Well, we got a lot of people from Southern Hemisphere and over of New Zealand and Australia that watch our show and watch Premier League games in the middle of the morning. It's crazy, but thank you for. It's the first. Are you new to our Discord then as well?
Yeah, I am. I've been following you guys for a while now, but this is the first time I've actually jumped on Discord. I've been following Capkin as well. I took my FPL seriously at the start of last season and started following some YouTubers. You guys, Capkin came up, Andy FPL. So you guys are kind of the regular ones I watch.
Sweet, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I remember tuning in. It was Steve-O ranting about. I think you had.
Everybody says. I remember.
Rants. That's the best thing.
Yeah, you're ranting about Aguero. I think you had got rid of him and he scored a hat trick or so, it was something like that. And I'm like,
well, when Jason brings him in, yeah, brilliant, yeah.
That's when I'm like, oh, I love these guys. These guys are funny, and then started watching more of your videos.
Yeah, that was a good moment for him to get. Yeah, because wasn't it? Yes, Jason brings in.
No, I bring him in. Yeah, but the thing is, this is the thing. So I bring him in, right? He gets a massive point haul, and then unbeknownst to a lot of people, I actually brought him in, but then I transferred him out before he actually played. Like, and then I'd already transferred him out. He gets a haul, and I'm like, I've just transferred out Aguero. Steve-O's like, he transfers in Aguero, and you wouldn't believe it. It was like an absolute script to a love story. It was beautiful. And it was like he brings him in, and then he just absolutely blanks there on out. It was just like, what is the chances? And Steve-O's like, when your luck's in, and smashing the tables, fist through the wall. Yeah, if you turn the camera, there's probably about 6 or 7 holes in that wall.
There probably is.
That's the fun and games.
He's got it perfectly angled so the camera doesn't see all of the holes. Like, he probably made a smiley face out there.
But yes, go on, Steve.
I was just going to say, I think the way we'll do it tonight, Jason, if we just like ask one question per caller, really. But,
absolutely.
What is your question, my friend? What do you want to ask Capkin?
Yeah. So the question I had was, so I've got, you guys can see my team,
yeah?
Yeah. So I just wanted to see, do you think Martinez will start for Arsenal, or because my keeper, I really do want a 4.5 keeper, but not sure. Do you reckon Martinez will start?
I need to order my crystal ball off Amazon actually, but if I was a betting man, I would say yes.
Yeah, because at the end,
He played in the cup, didn't he? Played in the community shield.
Project Restart, after Project Restart, he was brilliant because I watched a lot of games during quarantine, and I thought he was pretty good with the saves and playing for Arsenal. 4.5, that's a bargain.
Yeah, I think if you looked at Leno as well, Leno played really well before that as well. He was like the man of the match when they got beaten by Manchester City 3-0. Hello, can you hear me?
Are you in Discord?
Yes.
Oh, you've muted your mic, Cap. You need to unmute your mic in Discord so they can hear you. There we go. There we are.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
Can you hear him now, Resit?
Yeah, I can hear Capkin now.
My bad. Sorry about that. There's too much tech here, But yeah, Leno actually played really well before he got injured. Against Manchester City, they lost 3-0 at home when Kevin De Bruyne completely destroyed them. It was a sick kind of a game as well. But Leno was the man of the match for Arsenal. He was the guy. And then he got injured. He got injured against Brighton. He played really well that game as well. And Martinez did well, obviously. Of course, he helped Arsenal a lot. For me, I would rather go with a player that is guaranteed, that in your mind, that is guaranteed to play, just in case. Because if you're wild carding later on, let's just say you are wild carding after game week 4, then you can bring in Martinez. You know what, Martinez, he's been playing 4 games. That's it. I'll do it this time, and I'll get that cheapy 4.5. That's what I'm thinking. Am I wrong? If Martinez plays, cool. You got a sick player. You got a good player. You played 4-4. But it's that even you asking that question. If you ask that question, that means there is a doubt, right? So
there's a doubt. Yeah,
that's the thing.
You don't want to be going with doubt as game week 1.
Yeah, that's true, and that's why Ramsdale's also good for save points as well. He was good with Bournemouth and going to Sheffield United. I think people are a bit overseeing Sheffield United. They were brilliant in defence with defensive stuff.
But so, the problem is, right? If you get a whole new, if you get a goalkeeper, it does change a lot because they have to communicate with the defence so much, right? It could be new. Might need a little bit of time, but that defence on the back hasn't changed. I even looked at bringing in Egan. That is I think it's 5 million. In my team, if I'm going for that 4-4-2 formation, and have Greenwood on the bench, so it is a good shout. It's just that 5 million. I don't know, but if he does well, then you get. I think you get a lot price rises on him as well. A lot of points.
Egan's like the only cheap one in that Sheffield United.
Yeah,
Jack Robinson won't start, so. Robinson's at 4.5, but Egan and I think O'Connell were the only ones that.
Yeah, I think Robertson was playing because there were some injuries, right? So I guess if there wasn't any injuries, if there is no injuries now, he won't play. He was only playing because he's got injuries. That's why he was so cheap. But just be careful with that. Any injuries at the back, then he will play. But I'll just say if you're not happy with it, then don't do it.
Yeah, that's true. So my plan is, for me, essential is Salah, De Bruyne, and Fernandes. So I was thinking of taking advantage of that first game week against Leeds, having Salah and Mane, and then game week 2 bringing in Fernandes for Manchester United. Game week 3 bringing in De Bruyne for most likely Aubameyang, or like Jay said, Aubameyang or Salah, one of them.
Yeah, that is interesting. You do have Salah and Mane.
And then I'll have some money in the bank, and I can even upgrade Mitrovic after that.
Yeah,
it's
a great plan. We've heard this many a time, and as you probably heard from Capkin earlier on, these plans never come to fruition. Once we see, I don't know, Firmino score a hat-trick against Leeds, everybody tearing a piece of paper out the window, and it'd be gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Although I
It
would
will
bring
change it.
Firmino though.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing him in no matter what he does. I remember he burnt me a lot, so I'm not gonna do that. So. Even if he scores like 5 goals, like, you know what? Nah.
No.
I know what you mean though.
That's it. Thank you for the call, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, appreciate it. Keep up the good work. Capkin, you too. Like the passion. You're
Always,
very good
man.
with your YouTube content. So
Cheers,
keep up the good work, guys.
Good luck, mate. Good luck for the season.
Thank you, mate. See ya. Bye.
Cheers, buddy. Cheers, Resit. Guys, I just want to say again, if you are new to the show and you're tuning in, we've got a lot of new faces. I've seen a lot of new faces in chat. I see a lot of new faces in Discord. If you are new to the channel, just remember one important thing, and that is on our stats right now, 55.8% of the people that are watching us are not subscribed to our channel. So all you need to do is press the little subscribe button and the notification bell, and you get to come and watch us again. Easy peasy. Right, moving on to the next caller.
Sajo Lee. The next caller, I believe, Jason. Sajo Lee. Come on down.
Sajo Lee, how you doing?
Hi, guys.
Hello.
You want to guess the accent, Steve-O?
Talk again, Sajo. Speak to us.
Calling from Vienna, Austria. So, I will
Vienna,
post
Jason?
my team now.
Yeah, well, there you go. Wow, that's the first. I think it's our first Austrian caller. But yeah, have you linked your team in the screenshots channel?
Yes, it's up. Really, one of the first screenshots.
Really? Okay, one moment. I see it. I found it. 2 seconds. Okay. We've got Nihal Kolkani has now donated $4.99 through Super Chat.
Oh, wow.
Thank you ever so much for that. That's much appreciated. I'll read out your Super Chat when I can organise myself. Just give me 1 second. Carry on with your point. Sorry, your question.
You want me to read it out, Jason?
Yeah, Arteta stated that Martinez got him to the finals, which indicated Leno would have started or else. Hope Emmy cements his place, will be a big bargain.
Yeah, he will definitely be one of the best bargains, actually.
Right, so basically Martinez was just basically given the start for loyalty for what he did, getting them to the finals. Brilliant. And I just want to say, I did that little promo for subscribers, and we've just had like 20 subscribers. So thank you so much, guys. One after the other.
Road to 5,000.
Well, the road to 5,000, literally. So yes, and also hit the like button as well. We're over 101 likes now. Awesome. So Sajo, I've got your team up on the screen. Are you happy with it? And what is your question?
I'm not really happy about one position, and this is Armstrong. I have before Saint Maxime, but I'm not really sure about him. I have 0.5 in the bank. My plan for the second game week is to swap Son to Rashford. After game week 3, Aubameyang to Sterling, and so I will get another 0.5 and maybe update Armstrong to Pereira from West Bromwich. I think he will be a good pick after game week 4 or 5. Yeah, but okay. I'm not sure about Armstrong or Saint Maxime either. So
I like Armstrong.
Capkin, what do you think? Armstrong or St. Maximum? Who do you think?
St. Maximum.
Tell us why.
He's more lively. He's more fun to watch. I think you're going to have a player that you can enjoy watching as well. He's kind of the main guy at Newcastle.
But Newcastle is attacking not so
true,
so good.
True. But the problem with Armstrong is you don't know if he's going to start, right?
Yeah,
this is even in your mind probably. You're thinking, I like the Southampton team. You know, you got Ings, but you can't reach to it, and that's why you got Armstrong, right? So if Armstrong does play, he might do well. He does play a little bit up, like further up the pitch. And you know what? You can get any other player for that fifth position. So what I will do is use that as a placeholder, right? So like 6 million maybe, or if you're going to go for Rashford, so 5.5 right and below, and have a look at the preseason and any good new player that comes in, you can take a punt. Are you going to wildcard anytime soon, or are you just thinking to do transfers and then wildcard whenever you need?
About the wildcard, I don't think I will use it early, because
Okay.
I will pick it after game week 10 or 11.
Okay, cool.
I will hold. I will hold it.
One of the problems I'm looking at is you got 2 Southampton defense. So I'm not 100% certain on that.
Well, interesting you say that, because on the Planet FPL correspondent has gone exactly those 2 defensive strategy. He's gone with Walker Peters and McCarthy himself. Now, is that club bias? Possibly. But he thinks that actually that Southampton could be a lot stronger this season from a defensive point of view, and he's got Walker Peters and McCarthy. So even though I kind of agree with you that Southampton don't, I mean, it's crazy chat that actually said this, but they don't scream defence. But you know, it's cheap enough, and also Walker Peters potentially with those assists, very, very attacking right back. I don't know, it could be good, and to fund that team that you've got. Someone asked in chat about putting Son and Kane together. I'm doing it. Capkin, what are your thoughts on Kane and Son together?
See, you got Song and Kane, right? Obviously, you've got to remove Song, but then you got Kane against the Southampton defense. That's the kind of like, okay, I guess you can use your bench players, but then you got Crystal Palace against Manchester United for Mitchell. You got Johnson against, I mean, who are they playing next game? Arsenal away. So you don't really have a rotation defenders to help you out a little bit, because Spurs should score, I guess. Like, it could be a 1-1 game. They got good. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think if you can get a bench player, right, that has got a good game week 2 fixture and swap it with one of those, like Walker Peters or something, I think that might be a better option, and then play Walker Peters again. Then you have 2 Southampton players in game week 3. It's just trying to negate that, right? You don't want anything to, like, when I was looking at St. Maximin, who is he playing against?
West Ham.
I don't want to put any West Ham defenders in my team or play like Johnson. And I had Ryan, and I was thinking, oh wait, I got all these Chelsea players against Ryan. What am I doing? Like, it's I'm trying to play the fixtures as well. I don't know. It's just some kind of thought, I guess.
I'm also really afraid about the fact that I don't have any Chelsea players. So
that is true. I think having one that could help, because if they do play really well with all those players, you want to be on at least one of them just in case, because there will be a massive bandwagon. I'm telling you right now.
Scouser was the one that asked that question, and I think with Chelsea, I completely agree again with Capkin. With your team, you've got proven Premier League players. Let's be honest here. Mitrovic is proven, Kane, Son, etc., etc. I think that you'd be able to negate the opening fixtures without having Chelsea, to be honest with you, for now. They're cheap enough to be able to easily downgrade to, if you need to, i.e. Kane down to Werner, for example, who has scored tonight. I don't know if you guys know, but he has scored tonight. I think that not to worry about Chelsea, unless, to throw a spanner in the works, unless Pulisic is confirmed fit, I would hold back, to be honest with you. And all I can say is a great call, Sergio.
I just want to say, between St. Maximin and Armstrong, I'm just going to quick comparison between a sample data between game week 30 to game week 38. Armstrong shades it really. He had more points. Expected points 5.41. He got 6.26 points per 90 compared to St. Maximin's 5.56. Similar minutes played, and so it's kind of the stats are kind of pointing in Armstrong's favour. Interesting. Probably because Southampton are playing really well, and they're playing a lot better than Newcastle.
My plan B is to transfer now Armstrong to Pereira, and after game week 2, I will take a hit. I will take a hit and bring in Rashford and Sterling. Maybe this is the better way, because I'm not sure about Armstrong. I don't like him. I don't like him.
Yeah, I can understand that, man. I can understand it. I mean, the price point though. He's not bad for the price point. But Pereira, I like the Pereira pick for West Brom.
Brilliant.
Definitely.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Hi. Greetings.
Cheers, Sergio. Yeah, speak soon, man. Mate. Come on again, yeah?
Okay.
Cheers, dude. Take care.
Danish Doughboy. The next caller, Jason.
Danish Doughboy.
He's unmuted himself. I think this thing is all working now.
He's ready. Danish Doughboy, how are you doing?
Oh, mates, how are you? Hey, Jason, Capkin, Steve-O. It's good to be back.
Yes, you came on the other night, didn't you?
I think it was about a week ago, but I tinker with my team so much, and I watch your guys' show that I think I've had about 20 teams between now and then.
Nice.
So, what have you got to ask this evening about your team or generally?
So, in general, I think there are 3 strategies. You look at game week 1, you pick your premiums, and you set your team up. The scenario 2 was I'm going to bench a United player like Rashford, or first transfer from Martial or Bruno. But then I didn't go with that. And then last week we were talking so much about bench boost that I thought about putting together this team for a bench boost, because I didn't want to commit to premiums yet, given that I prefer United and City players versus even Aubameyang. Like, I actually prefer Sterling, I think, or Kevin De Bruyne over Aubameyang, because until Arsenal proves to me that their creating chances scenario is solved, I mean, he's going to have to continue to be super efficient, which I wouldn't put it past him. But my question is, what do you think of my bench boost squad? And going forward to not want to use my wild card, what problems am I going to have? I have 3.5 in the bank with this.
So essentially, it's you do this bench boost, you don't wild card, but you bring in X, Y, and Z players from either United or City over the next 2-3 game weeks. Is that right?
That's about right.
Capkin?
I mean, it is interesting. It's different. I'm having a look, and if you bench boost in game week 1, my problem is you got Ryan in goal. So I'm not in goal, but you got Ryan on your bench that's playing against.
Technically has got him in goal because he's bench boosting. Yeah.
Exactly, and then I reckon that Chelsea will beat them like 3-0 or something. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Okay. So I'm just thinking to myself, maybe you can get maybe a different goalkeeper there. Okay. And I guess, like the Fulham, you got 2 Arsenal defense. I mean, that Saliba, I don't know if he's going to play. So the problem with the bench boost game week 1 is this. No one really knows who's going to really start. And you really need to nail on those start. If you do not know, then you're just going to waste your bench boost, basically. Because if you find that Saliba is benched, if you find that James doesn't even play because there's some rotation at the defense or something, well, that's just kind of wasted, right? And you got all of these players that is 5. What is it? 5? Is that defender Saliba is 5 million, right? Or is
4.5. 4.5. I look at Vinagre. I'll go Vinagre over Saliba myself. But
okay.
Just
because you and you got Tierney there as well. No, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, and you got. That's why I'm just having a look. I'm just like trying to like look at all the details, and you got Calvert-Lewin against Tottenham. You know, their Tottenham's defense is a bit more solid. And Mount, I don't know. I guess if he does play the next preseason game, and other than that, it's good. It's good for a bench boost. There are a couple of things that I'm thinking about.
I just want to say very quickly, Cap. Hold your thought. I just read in the chat, people are saying, bench boost double game weeks. Bench boost double game weeks. Wait for the double game weeks to come. Like, let's be honest now. All the years we've been playing FPL, like, getting over 100 points in a double game week with a bench boost is like rocking horse. You know, whereas we had that obviously the Premier League resumed on a double game week where everyone had unlimited transfers. Okay, the point I'm trying to make is bringing in those players with the situation we're in now. The fact that we can bring in the unlimited players to set up a good bench boost could really, really pay off and get that over 100 points. Whereas if you do a double game week down the line, I said this yesterday, I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm going to be sick of me. I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it again. You're going to have real dullard players on your bench that are just going to get you, you know, the likes of Dendonka, you know, from the years gone by, you know, players that are going to be playing, probably going to get you 1 point, 3 points, or, you know, whatever. You're not going to get massive points. Whereas if you do something like this, your potential of getting 100 points or more is a lot greater. And that's my honestly held belief. Now, that's my own personal belief. But I respect anyone that's considering bench boost game week 1 because I think it could really pay off. And I'm really looking forward to people bench boosting game week 1 and coming on the show on Sunday with crazy scores of like 110 points or something. And then everyone going, oh.
Yeah. For me, like for
again,
me, I wouldn't bench boost. I think it's a good strategy. I'm not gonna hate on it. I think there's always strategy. You can bench boost game week 2. You can bench boost game week 3. It's really, you know, it's just nailing it, right? I just make sure if you're gonna bench boost, make sure those players are playing. If you know they're playing, then go ahead, do what you need to do, mate. And I think it's a good team. You bring in the players that everyone's going to be having as well, but you're going to have more of them because you are playing the bench boost. You're going to have 4 extra players, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8. So extra 8 at least if they play, and any goal or an assist there, you got 20 to 30 points extra on top of everyone else's team. That's what I feel. So I guess just watch out for those players. Just look at them and see if they do play. Then if you feel like you're doing it, then do it. If not, wait for the double game week.
Yeah, go play your own game, man. But like literally, just take on board what Capkin said about the starters, because we still haven't got the information. As much as I think that it's a good idea, it is a valid idea. Okay, maybe I shouldn't say it's a good idea. It's a valid idea. It's not an out there idea to bench boost game week 1. I respect that idea. But just, just make if you're happy with it. It's not going
to be the best. Oh, I'm not happy.
If you're not happy with it, you've got to be 100% committed, man. 100% committed.
Yeah.
So if it backfires and then you see the team sheets and you see the team sheets and you think, oh my god,
ain't in it. Saliba's not in it.
Be prepared.
Chelsea score 6 past Brighton,
and they keep a clean sheet.
I don't want to put it in your head, but you never know, right? So it's just some kind of thought.
If you can turn around and say, come the end of game week 1, that you were happy with your team, and it was very unfortunate that 3 of your players or 2 of your players didn't start, and you bench boost. If you can honestly say you were happy taking the risk, then that's fine. But I think a lot of people wouldn't be happy to take the risk. But thank you ever so much for coming on this evening.
Yeah, guys, appreciate the analysis. I'll keep it in mind for next time.
No
Cheers,
worries.
dude.
Cheers, Dennis.
Good luck. Have a good season.
You too.
Quiet Strippers. Jason is up next.
Absolutely. Good evening, Quiet Strippers. How are you doing? You're live with myself, Steve-O, and Capkin Gaming. Or Capkin FPL.
How's it going, Jason, Steve, Capkin, FPL? How's
Hello.
It
Ah, niche. Well. Change your name again.
Niche
Yeah.
is, yeah.
What's going on here? Why are you
It's been like
changing your
it.
name?
It's been like it for a while. To be fair, Steve-O. It's been like it for like 4 or 5 months now.
Well,
Right,
what's the one question you want to ask Capkin, mate?
Well, the one thing I was going to ask is, I'm stuck between Doherty or Robertson, but I don't know. Do you think Robertson's going to outscore Doherty by enough points to justify the extra million for like the first 6 game weeks, for example?
Capkin.
I think they're gonna do the same. You already have Trent, right? So I guess you can go without Robertson, because just in case if they concede, then you got Tottenham player there just in case that they can hold a clean sheet. You're just kind of like balancing it out, really. Doubling up is always good, right? If you get it right, it feels good. If you get those points, it's a massive rank boost. But Matt Doherty there is some player that I never owned in my FPL team, and I wish I did last season. I was a fool. I was an idiot. I wish I can restart the whole season again and do it again. But he's got the potential. I don't know what's happened to Serge Aurier. I don't know if he's even going yet. I think he's still
he's still there at the moment. Yeah.
So if he's hanging about, I'm not bringing Matt Doherty in my team. Sorry. Because there's going to be rotation. Got to be. I think they're playing. Are they playing in the same position, right?
Yes.
They're playing. They're playing in the same position. If Serge Aurier does not leave, I'm not bringing him into my team. I'll probably go for Robertson or just downgrade him and just get a midfielder or something.
Unfortunately for us all, the transfer window doesn't close till the 5th of October. So maybe he could be sold then when I don't know what the qualifying stages are by that point, but maybe Tottenham would have already qualified for the Europa League proper by then, which at that point, and I agree with you, Mourinho doesn't need Aurier anymore. It's just like, cheers for your services. See you later.
Wait, isn't there a cup tie thing? If you play, I don't know what it's called, but if you play...
Oh, if they play in the cup, they won't be able to play for the team if they're in the same competition?
Yeah. So if Serge Aurier plays in the cup, like European League Cup, then he won't be able to get... So that means he might play on the Premier League and Matt Doherty might play in the European League. I'm just thinking about different possibilities, really. I don't know. Because if that's the case, then, then Matt Doherty might not play in the Premier League games. They might switch them around. I don't know, because there's quite a lot of games between Game Week 1 and Game Week 2 for them.
I don't want to be hearing this, Capkin. You're putting
Isn't that right?
In my mind now.
Isn't that right? I think it is right? Because if he plays, then he gets cup tie or something like that. And if he goes I don't know. I'm not
cup tie...
Right, so if you go from the Champions League to the Europa League, that you can still play.
Does it count early on? Does it count early on, or does it only count after the later rounds? I don't know how it works.
I might be wrong, but I have a feeling that. But I don't even know how to say it, to be honest with you, how to properly say it. But I think he'll be cup tie, or he won't be able to play for another. A team that is in the European. Oh, I can't even pronounce that bloody word. I wish it was just called Champions League number 2 or something. But yeah, I think you would just need to be careful with that. I think if Serge Aurier doesn't go, and there's like 4 weeks left or whatever. I don't know.
Thanks for that spanner in the works. I really appreciate that, Capkin. I'm going to set my own. I'd probably, to be honest, if that was the case, I'd just me personally, I'd bring in either Tierney or Dyer. Probably Tierney. Have 3 of the most attacking fullbacks in the game or / real life in my team. But Quiet Stripper's a niche. Thank you for the call, mate.
That makes sense. Yeah,
some people are saying on the chat like they're slowly removing Matt Doherty.
Yeah. Cheers for that, Capkin. Leroy Jason.
Slowly wait a minute. You know what? This guy maybe knows something. I don't know anything.
Well,
I'm just
Jason
saying.
made the point last night. If you need an answer, the live chat will help. If you're talking
They
about
will.
something like that, the live chat will react to it. So
They'll bail you out, man. They'll
Yeah,
bail
that's
you
the
out.
word,
If you're not
Hello.
sure about something, hey Leroy, welcome.
Hello.
You're obviously live on air.
Yes.
Are you new to our Discord by any chance?
Yeah, I only joined yesterday by watching your streams for, 2 weeks now since post-lockdown. That's when I started watching.
Cool. Oh, so if you don't mind me asking, I really like to get into the psyche behind it. Well, what made you join our Discord?
Sorry, my app closed. Well, I saw everything you've been doing. I really like watching the podcast. I've been tuning in for the past 3 days now. I haven't really been active in chat, but been watching your streams, and Discord looks great. I wanted to get people to all the thousands of managers, hundreds of managers on here to take a look at my team and improve and come on the podcast.
Well, I mean, there literally is, I think, nearly 1,800 FPL managers registered on Discord. Obviously, at any one time, there's a couple of hundred active at any one time, sort of thing, because of time zones and work and all that stuff. But come next week, I think we'll see the record amount of people on our Discord at any one time, and I think it's going to be it's going to be a sight to behold. The general chat and the Rate My Team channel is going to absolutely melt down. I can see it now. It's going to be very interesting. The Hangout discussions are going to be good. So you've joined at the right time, Leroy. You really have, and maybe I could use you very quickly to promote our Discord. So Leroy, go ahead. You've got the airwaves. Tell people that aren't a member of Discord what they're missing. There you go. Boom.
Well, you're missing out on Rate My Team, polls, player lookups, Elite Think, off-topic chats, media, transfer talk, everything you can.
You're just
really
reading the
hope for.
left-hand menu. I could do that. Come on, slip.
Come on, you put me under pressure.
It's the best place in the
That's a lot
world.
of pressure, Jason. That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it is. You're doing really good. But you're doing really good. No, Leroy, thank you for coming on the show. What is your question for us this evening?
Well, I don't know if my team's on the screen, but if
I'll
you can help me
get it.
improve
I'll
my
get
game.
it. I'll get it on your team on the screen.
2052, Jason.
Right, 2 seconds.
You've got two teams there. Obviously, one's game week 2. It looks like, from my understanding, bench boost game week 1, wildcard game week 2.
Yeah, so my question was, for my game week 1 bench boost, obviously there's a lot of players. I've doubled up on a lot of teams that I hope will play well. So I've doubled up on Southampton. That's an old screenshot. I put Oliver Romeu instead of Stevens. So what I've tried to do is double up and possibly even triple up with the teams that I think are going to win because they have good fixtures in the first week. The second week, because I prefer the Manchester City and the Manchester United players, I'm going to take out Aubameyang and bring in some of the Manchester United assets and upgrade. Who am I upgrading? I think I'm upgrading Son to Bruno and downgrading Aubameyang to.
So you're going to wildcard game week 2?
Yes.
Okay. So that's your team game week 1, and this is your team come game week 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Setting yourself up really for the price rises, I'd imagine. You're getting the likes of Martial in, Fernandes, De Bruyne, players that people will be looking to bring in come game week 2. Obviously, a lot of people bringing them in on free transfers. You've got Antonio, in your team after the wild card. The fixtures do kind of. I mean, I'll double check the fixtures, but I'm pretty sure they get a bit harder, don't they? Is that right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is right. But what I'm thinking of doing is maybe downgrading Son to Pulisic and possibly maybe.
Yes.
I don't know if I have the money, but upgrading Antonio, well, not upgrading, but bringing him to Foden, or possibly taking him to Mason Greenwood if I can find the money.
What, Antonio? He's a striker, isn't he?
Yeah, and I'll move to a 4-4-2.
Right. Okay, cool. I'm with you. Yeah, I mean, I think Foden or Greenwood would be better for you personally. If you're going to wildcard game week 2, yeah. You've got. I mean, Martial, Fernandes, and Greenwood would be insane. I mean, Foden. You mentioned Foden. You can balance out the Manchester clubs with De Bruyne and Foden as well. So you have 2 Man City, 2 Man United. Capkin, you seem to be analysing this man's plan. We talked about the bench
like
boost
it.
wild
It's
cards,
fun.
and it's a viable strategy. Come on, it's a viable strategy. You talked about it. Bench boost.
Yeah.
This is his bench boost team. Players are going to start. Okay, Leno. We don't know for definite. We don't know, but we might have a little bit more information closer to game week 1. Doherty, you got to think that he's going to start at home to Everton.
I don't know now, mate.
Robertson, yes. Justin, yeah. Tierney, yes. Stevens, you said that you were going to switch him out to Armstrong or Ward-Prowse, was it?
No, I'm actually changing that from a Romeo because I'm banking
Romeo.
on getting an extra clean streak.
Right, Romeo for a clean sheet, okay. So you're banking on like 3 points or something. And then Son, yes. Aubameyang, obviously. Antonio, yes. Vardy and Ings. Yeah, I mean, and the bench as well. So Maximin, Barnes, Vinagre, and McCarthy. Yeah, I mean, there are some question marks there, Capkin, aren't there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I saw the chat, and then I do enjoy just looking at a new team than my one, and just like it's fun to have a look at other people's teams and to see what people like do, and it's interesting. I love it.
It gives you new ideas, doesn't it?
Yeah. And there's a reason why people had Saint Maximin. There's a reason why people had Barnes and all this stuff, right? Because as a popular players, they know that they probably will start. There's questions on some of these players, and I love it. I enjoy it so much. Be here every week, man. Do this all day. But I would say if you can maybe change Stevens or something that is 4.5 into
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to bring in Romeo for.
Yeah, if you can maybe get, I would say even go a little bit more.
Could you
higher
not?
Than that.
How much is Antonio?
6.5.
Wonder if you could just downgrade Antonio to Mitrovic. And then
it's because we're only going to really be keeping Antonio for the first game week.
Yeah.
Maybe then taking him out on a wild card back to Mitrovic. But for the first game week, Mitrovic has Arsenal, and I'm not really sure if he's going to be able to perform.
True. Well, yeah, true. And you've obviously got Leno in. Yeah. What? I mean, I just want to say thank you to Boona for the 199 Capkin Goats Inject. Brilliant week of streams, chaps. Thank you ever so much, Boona. Unnecessary, but thank you. We appreciate that 199. The swear jar's starting to fill back up again. But yes. I think it's very close to being a great bench boost. If you're going to bench boost, Stevens just stands out like a sore thumb, doesn't he? That's the thing. Have you considered trying to get some money out of your back line at all?
Yeah, definitely dropping from possibly Tierney, or if Doherty is not playing, like the cup type thing.
Dyer, maybe?
Yeah, but I was more thinking Davies because of the new tackle points. That might be a different. I might think that might be Sky Fantasy, but
that might be
it's not
Champions
FPL.
League one. Yeah, I think you just gotta get that midfield, and if you really want to go for that double defensive Arsenal, and that's the question. I reckon it's good. I reckon it's ready. I think it's good enough. It's good enough for a bench boost if you're going to go for a bench boost in game week 1, and then bring in Bruno or Greenwood or Rashford, and then move on Aubameyang. I don't really want to remove Aubameyang, to be honest with you. Like in game week, I don't like the idea, but I guess I have to because I'm looking at the fixtures, right? I'm going for. Manchester City has got Leicester City in game week 3. I want to go for it. I want to and Aubameyang's got Liverpool away, and they're not gonna. I don't know if they're gonna score a lot of goals away. Maybe at home could be, even though they did well against Liverpool. But I still want to go for that chance of Manchester City scoring a lot of goals, and anything can happen, right? I think it's good. I like it. Just 1 or 2 changes. Definitely Tierney maybe downgrading to 4.5. You can get Stevens up to 5.5. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, but definitely what I'm trying to do is bring in banking on a lot of different teams. So as you can see, I've maybe got 2 of each team that's got a good fixture. Yeah. Maybe it goes completely wrong and they don't do as well as I would have wanted them to do, or Barnes doesn't get the goal that I wanted or an assist that I wanted. and Vardy maybe doesn't do as well.
Yeah,
But
and Vardy's
I'm
quite
trying to
expensive as well. You can use that money elsewhere. Maybe get a Chelsea attacker or
What I
something.
was thinking of doing is downgrading Vardy to Werner and maybe possibly Antonio to Calvert-Lewin, or removing Stevens and bringing in someone else for 5 million. But there's not really much 5 million assets in midfield.
No.
Thank you for the call, Leroy.
Thank you, Leroy. Cheers, buddy. Hope to have you
Cheers.
on again. 520 people, 511 people watching into the show. Thank you ever so much. If you haven't already hit the subscribe button, you know what to do, guys. Moderators, let everybody know the link to the Discord. The link should be working. There was some issues with it yesterday, I think, but we've updated the link now, so that should all be fine. Any questions about anything, speak to the mods. They're available in Discord and on the stream. So next caller,
FPL Maverick.
Let's bring him in. FPL Maverick. Good evening. How you doing, my friend?
Evening. How are you doing?
I'm great, mate. I'm great.
Hello.
Hello
Whereabouts you from, Maverick?
Little village in the south of Manchester, Cheshire area, which you wouldn't have heard of, but it's called Cuddington. Just in case you do have.
Nice. No, I have absolutely no idea where it is. But what's the weather been like in Cunnington?
Not too bad today, really. Showery.
Good.
Showery.
Good.
Nice.
And you've come on tonight. I'm looking for your screenshot, Maverick.
Yeah, just above 2059, Jace.
Yeah, about 5 to 9 it's on there.
Yeah, 2057, yeah.
Brilliant, cool. Thank you ever so much for that.
What's your question, Maverick, to Capkin?
All right. Just first of all, guys, I really enjoyed the streams. Been watching them for quite some time. It's just the second time I've tried to come through, and I also watch Capkin as well, and I enjoy that stream too. So that's the first thing. So, well done to you all, guys. My question is, the team is on its 50th version probably, and I've got a plan, which is
here we go.
Essentially to give it 2 weeks with this team. So gamble on Souček for the second week, or maybe swapping for Taylor because Taylor's suddenly available to play for the second week. See how the players go. So see how Ings goes, see how Werner goes, see how Aubameyang goes, see how Salah goes, see how Son goes. And then I'm looking, or the initial plan is Ings to Martial, and then either Aubameyang or Salah to De Bruyne or Sterling, depending on how well they've played, with a slightly longer-term view of looking at Son and maybe going to Greenwood or Foden if Son turns out to be on one of his quiet streaks. And I just wondered what your thoughts were on that.
Before we get your Captain's thoughts on that, I just want to bring some potential not worrying news, but a reliable source in FPL Booner is Souček is actually in quarantine, and he's a doubt to play game week 1. So we've had several spanners in the work tonight, and thank you for that info. I saw some other people commenting on it, and FPL Booner's a trusted, reliable source on that.
Yeah,
so
it's a big doubt for game week 1.
That is interesting. But yeah, Capkin, your thoughts on this plan of what? Let's be honest, the majority of people are doing are just downgrading these premium players to bring in Manchester club assets.
That's what you're thinking about doing, isn't it, Capkin?
Yeah. I'm just like using my powers and just analyzing it. I like it. It's a great team. It's a good team. Souček obviously is a problem now, so that's the player that you need to look at. You're not going to have the 5 in the midfield. You're looking at your bench. Yeah, you got the 2 defenders there that will play. Mitchell has been playing, so that's a nice 4 million. You can actually play in game week 1, but it's against Southampton, so you got Ings there, you got Armstrong. You actually doubled up on. You've got 3 Southampton players. Okay, so that's interesting because they'll play in game week 1. It's okay, but in game week 2 is against Tottenham. But then Southampton might do well. Sometimes they actually do well against the big clubs, like last time when they played like Manchester City. They beat them, right? So, but they were unfortunate to not. They took like 10,000 shots or something, but they managed to survive. I don't know. I think Justin is a question for me. Souček. And other than that, I think your plan is really good of to bring in Martial. I do like that Martial pick because it's a striker. And there is no... I mean, there are strikers, but you're getting a really good premium striker and you are getting a Manchester United striker and Manchester United asset. It sounds good to me.
I think Martial's our best player.
He was really good
since lockdown. I mean, I think so many people don't see it, but he really is something really special. Like for United, he does a lot of work for United, and I think a lot of people looking at Bruno, a lot of people looking at Greenwood, and not necessarily looking at Martial because he's obviously now been switched to a forward. I think he'll do really, really well this season.
Yeah, it's 9 million as well, right? He's cheaper than Rashford. And
there's 0.5 in the bank already on this as well. So it's a move from Ings to Martial.
Yeah, that's true.
Planned, so
yeah, that's like straight swap. But the problem is with that, right? You're thinking, okay, in game week 2, you're gonna do Ings, okay? But you got Armstrong that doesn't play. You got Souček that doesn't play now. We got a little bit of a problem there as well.
Yeah,
it's like hundreds. Are you like 100? Like you got to think to yourself, are you 100% that Armstrong's gonna? I'm not even convinced. I've got Armstrong in my team. I'm not even convinced that he's gonna play. He might play 30 minutes. It's just that kind of question, right?
He's flipped to St. Maximum a few times, backwards and forwards between the two. So it's an easy switch for me, that one. If it doesn't look like he's likely to play.
Yeah. See, what you can do is get Taylor to 0.4 at 4.0 and then Souček to St. Maximin or something. Yeah. Or because I don't think there's another 5 million or 4.5 midfielder that you can actually get unless you go for 4 at the back, which I don't really enjoy that formation. I hate the 4-4-2 formation. I don't like it. I don't know what it is. I like 4-3-3 formation and 3-4-3 formation, but somehow the 4-4-2 just doesn't do it for me. I don't know, but yeah, I think that's my strategy on that.
Brilliant.
Okay, thanks for the guidance on that, guys. I've got my doubts about Salah as well, very much like Steve-O there. I've got a lot of worry about Liverpool in general. I just think they're away with the fairies.
Yes, I
you never know.
Agree. What about you, Capkin? I'm on the opinion, probably like.
I mean, who are you going to bring? Who are you going to bring for Salah? That's the problem, right?
If I were to get rid of Salah.
Yeah, if you had to get rid of Salah for game week 1, who would you bring? That's the question. You don't have
redistribute the wealth around your team, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I guess.
I think
you'd upgrade Justin or something, or definitely Souček. You could bring in 2 medium priced midfielders instead of having.
I mean, I've doubled up on Liverpool defence as an example, so just to cover the potential attacking thing. But something to monitor, Maverick.
Yeah,
sorry.
Something to monitor, Maverick. We've got 9 days.
I liked your notion of 2 Liverpool players costing 14.5 million, got nearly 400 points last year, and you're paying 12 million for salary. We've got half that, and that sort of made some logical sense in value for money stakes.
You're probably reading more into that than you should. I do not think like that at all. But now you brought that to my attention. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just that's why I'm doing it, mate. Yeah. Cheers, Maverick.
But the problem is with that. I mean, that's a good strategy, having 2 Liverpool defence, because they do get a lot of points. But it's just you're going to be sitting down and you're going to be watching these games, and you're not going to have Liverpool attacker. And you know what they can do. That's the thing.
It's a very valid point, but from my perspective, they've looked awful. They've looked terrible. They just don't look like they're at it. I think Klopp's got the most out of them. They've won the Champions League. They've won the Premier League. And now it's just a case of let's just ride the wave. And I think there are teams that are going to be challenging them, i.e. Chelsea, United, as 2 examples. Man City. They've got the title. They've got the title. You don't need to. May as well give it them now, basically. But because I'm looking at the Project Restart myself, and I'm like, there are teams that look great. There's not been much of a turnaround. Liverpool have looked like the worst, And the only players from my point of view, in fact, going on Capkin's point of view earlier about like form, fixtures and stuff like that, I had a sheet of paper, it's right here, right in front of me, wherever it is. We've written down all the players I had that looked really good in Project Restart. Here it is here, right there, all written down there. I'm then using the Planet FPL stuff, and pretty much is all agreeing with pretty much the way I'm kind of going. And Liverpool just do not interest me whatsoever. I'm just going with those teams that look like they're in form coming out of Project Restart. And
that's why I'm going for 1 week. Week 1 Salah. If Salah doesn't perform week 1 and my bad feeling sort of materialises, it will be Salah out to a Man City. Then the following week, after Aubameyang got his second decent game, if he's not doing the work, he will go to someone like Bruno.
Yeah,
I like your plan. I like your plan of holding the transfer as well. So, yeah, I guess you just wait and see, right? So that's just good. Just have a look at those Armstrong and Souček, and maybe Justin, and that's it, really.
Brilliant. Excellent call, Maverick.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Maverick.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers, thank you.
See you, mate.
Rugfish is next, Jason.
Rugfish
21.
Rugfish 21. Good evening, Rugfish. How are you doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
I found your team really quickly, Rugfish. It's all good. Yeah, we can hear you fine. How are you doing, buddy? It's been a while since we last had you on.
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
Christmas tree formation.
Sorry?
So it's a Christmas tree formation.
Yeah, 352. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it does look like a Christmas tree on the mobile. It looks good. It looks good though.
Yeah. What's your question, Rugfish?
So I've got a plan that game week 2, I'm going to bring in Rashford for Son because I got an extra 0.5 in the bank from the team that I made. And then because Man City have got a tough fixture against Wolves, I'm thinking bringing in Sterling game week 3 for Aubameyang. I was just wondering what you thought about that.
Ooh. So that's Aubameyang's against Liverpool. You're going to bring in Sterling for him, and you're going to bring in Rashford for Son. I think they're great decisions, personally. I mean, out of all of the Man United players that I would be looking to get myself, Rashford would be ranked behind Greenwood for me. So it would be rank order of Martial, who's, by the way, I upset a couple of people in the chat because since the lockdown, Bruno did play really well. He was the star man, and of course, but I'm talking from a pure football point of view. What Martial does off the ball for United, the hold-up play, everything, he was hands down my favourite. Anyway, not going on. Wait, so Martial, Bruno, Greenwood, then possibly Rashford. That's my pecking order myself. Now, yeah, I definitely think that Son could, is a good. But what happens if game week 1 Son gets a goal or two? Looks really good. What's your plan then?
It all depends on how Liverpool start, really. If they don't look at it, then Salah's straight out, and then I'd probably bring in Bruno Fernandes for him to cover Man United.
I mean, we've been talking about substituting, expensive assets in midfield for United and City players. I mean, all night we can talk about it, and it's essentially the case of, makes logical sense. I mean, when you come on the show, talk about Rashford, however, that's a little bit more of a differential for me. And I want to know why you picked out Rashford.
Well, that's exactly it. Everyone's talking about Greenwood, Bruno Fernandes, Martial. I think Rashford could be a great pick. If he's on form, he's unstoppable, really. And I feel like big point hauls could be coming in. And if everyone's choosing Bruno Fernandes and Greenwood over him, then it could be what I could use to get ahead of the pack. But it all depends on whether he's on form.
I like the team. I think it's really strong at the back. Quite strong at the back. Like literally, like there's a lot of money there. I mean, interesting, right? Manchester United bought this new player that is not. He's not a CDM. No, defensive midfielder, right?
Van der Beek.
Box to box, isn't
Van der Beek.
He's a box-to-box guy.
He wins a lot of penalties.
So he wins a lot of penalties, plays on the left or the right or whatever he plays. Isn't that a challenge for Greenwood or Rashford to give them a rest or two?
Well,
yeah,
it could possibly lead to a slightly different formation as well. Maybe a diamond.
Because I don't think Matic is gonna. I think Matic played really well. That gives them the balance every time. I don't know what happened to him last season or at the beginning of the season, but I guess they played Fred and it just didn't work. You need that kind of like manpower in the middle to be able to control and not move anywhere. Just stay there, don't move. Have Pogba there. Have Fernandes do his little thing. Pogba's in that central midfield. So if you get this guy as well, this new guy, he's just going to be four in the midfield. It's not going to work. He's going to go on one of the sides. So the one of the sides is Rashford or Greenwood. That's my question. And I think that this new guy is going to take a minutes of Rashford or Greenwood, especially Greenwood. That's what I'm thinking. And that's why I don't have Greenwood in my team right now. It's something to think about because it could happen. This guy is very good. Apparently he is good, but I have watched some of the stuff because I do, do Champions League videos as well and look into Champions League players like last season and stuff like that. And yeah, he's someone that a lot of people talks about. I think we just need to watch. Just watch. And I think Bruno Fernandes is the main guy. And I think Martial as well. I really like that 9 million Martial up front. Get rid of that Mitro. I don't want. If you told me get Mitro or Martial, who would you pick? It's going to be Martial, right? It's just about the money. If you had that chance, you go for it straight away. So.
Well, I mean, the Salah could be, a Pulisic or a Ziyech, and that could, that's another way of making that money available. I think I'm with Capkin. I agree. I think that anyone seeing this team would agree it's a strong team, and you've got the flexibility to switch out. But game week 1 is going to be very important for a lot of FPL managers, pretty much all FPL managers, to see what players are playing, where they're playing, and how they're performing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Excellent.
Cheers. Yeah. Thank you so much for your question. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, mate.
I think we'll bring on
season.
Theo next. He's all the way from Australia, and he's another bench booster in game week 1, Jace.
And I think Theo was also waiting to come on the show last night as well, and he didn't manage to get on. So welcome, Theo. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm alright. How you guys going?
Yeah, good, man. Good.
Doing good.
It's the standard bench boost, isn't it, Theo? What's your question for Capkin?
Standard bench boost. Is it becoming popular now?
It's like I always say, it's the Elite FPL template now. It's slowly becoming.
I was going to ask about Everton players, Everton assets. A lot of people are saying you got to wait and see on them, but you can't really because their game week 2 to 4 fixtures are really good. So, what are your thoughts on like Thier as a punt or even James if he's 7.5?
Capkin?
Calvert-Lewin.
No, go ahead, Jason.
No, Capkin. I mean, I've talked enough now, man. You go ahead.
I mean, I took a lot, but all right. I think you should just wait and see for Everton. That Hammers, the guy was injured quite a lot, right? He was injured last season. He was injured the season before, and there's something wrong. There's something wrong with him. It just doesn't work. He went to it was at Real Madrid, it was at Bayern Munich, it just did not work. Why is he coming to Everton? You got to ask that question, right? Why? And if he is around 7.5, I would just wait and see. And how he gels and if he actually is fit and ready. I don't think he is fit and ready. I don't think he will play game week 1 because I haven't seen anything from him that is fit. So I guess if he does get himself fit after game week 1 could be a good option to bring him in. I think if he's around 7.5, I think that's quite a good achievement, a price tag to get him. I would go without Everton players for now because they're playing against Spurs. And looking at the team, I really like the team.
I think Calvert-Lewin is going to be someone to consider. Again, if we watch Everton, their midfield was weak last season, and like we were talking about yesterday with Andy, Decore signing. Is it Alan as well?
I love Decore signing.
Alan, yes.
Yeah. And with Rodriguez now as well.
Wait, who's Alan?
From Napoli, isn't he, or something?
Yeah,
or Atalanta or something.
He's quite a decent playmaker, and the thing is, it's like the lack of creativity was really showing at Everton, and I think so many people are like they remember the disappointment in Calvert-Lewin, after the season resumed. I think so people are now kind of just a bit too kind of scared to load up on Everton. But Digne, great, potentially great asset for fantasy, and Calvert-Lewin, if he can get the service, then who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? He could be getting 15, 16, 17 goals this season. Who knows?
So it looks like Alan. It looks like Alan's a central midfielder that is just going to stay back. They've got quite a lot of central midfielders. Why are you buying central midfielder? I don't understand.
Huh? Get Ancelotti on there.
Need more. And we had Sigurdsson there.
Yeah, I swear you got too many. Yeah, Everton's got too many central midfielders. They got Decore right now. They got Allen. They got Sigurdsson. Sigurdsson doesn't even go up there no more. I mean, you got Gomez, right? You got a lot there. I mean, that's 4 already central midfielders, and I don't understand why they buy. They got Decore is really good. I really like that. I really like that guy. Like, I really like the player. He's really good. I wish and no offense to Everton fans, but like bigger teams should have went for him because he's such a good player. Like, he was one of the best players for Watford, and I think he will do well. He will be a box to box. He'll probably be better than the other guys that we spoke about. So I don't know. There's no many attackers there, and I don't know if they can actually get a lot of goals for Calvert-Lewin. They're just aiming for Calvert-Lewin. It's just one player. I think you need more strikers up front. You might need a little bit more attackers. I guess Rodriguez or Hammers, might do well if he plays, if he starts. So I'll say wait and see.
Because Calvert-Lewin was on a really decent spell, wasn't he? Like quite early on in the season, he got 13 goals. Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah, he got.
And that was with a very mediocre midfield. And if these midfielders can gel, definitely.
Yeah.
Think that was he 7 million? Is that right? Calvert-Lewin, 7 million guys. Help me out here. 7 million Calvert-Lewin. I think that could be a steal. 7 million.
I mean, he could get rotated a little bit with Moise Kean.
Yeah.
But I don't rate. I can't see that guy doing it, man. Nah. I know what you mean.
Well,
I don't know.
He did score in his only start after the restart, so I don't know.
I don't like Moise Kean. I haven't seen anything from him that makes me think that he can kind of take that spot. But depends.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying the odd game week he could get rotated. That's all.
Rested a little bit. Yeah. Thank you, Theo.
I like this team though. I really like this team. You got Davis at the back. It's a bit of a different thing, which is different. So it's really strong. Just look at Souček and then it's good.
Awesome, man.
Time for one more call, Jason.
Thanks.
Yeah. Cheers.
JB will be that.
JB will be the final caller.
Before we do anything, are you going to be announcing a winner of a potential mug that you put up on the comment section yesterday?
Yeah. Yes.
Cool. Yes. We'll do that after this.
Right. Go on then.
JB.
Tell him to unmute himself.
JB, you need to.
There he is. He's unmuted himself. Now he needs to talk. JB, can you hear us? Fellow United fan, I believe, judging from that display photo.
In a 3, a 2.
He's got Harry Kane in his team as well. We wanted to talk about him with Harry Kane. Got Foden on the bench. Very interesting. McCarthy, Bellerin. Lots of different players in his team. I would love to get his thought process on this. JB.
3 seconds.
Are you there? Are you there?
He's gone.
Oh dear. That's a shame.
Ask Akshay, then final caller.
Akshay. Good evening. How are you doing? You need to unmute yourself. Akshay.
We're going so well, Jace.
I know, it was nice and
it was all free flowing.
We got nearly 600 as well.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, hello.
We hear voices.
There we go. We can hear you now. How's it going?
Okay. I'm doing well. It's almost morning here. It's 3 in the morning actually.
3 in the morning.
What's going on?
Nice.
I was worried about my FPL team and just watching a few videos on YouTube, and I just bumped into a live stream, and I've been hearing for the last half an hour, and I got into okay.
Wait, so you're brand new to the channel?
Yes.
So let me get this right. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. You were up in the early hours browsing YouTube.
Yeah.
You've just happened to see our show in the suggested content. And then you just decided to get on Discord and call in at 3 in the morning with your families asleep in the other room.
Totally, yes.
Absolutely amazing.
And
Absolutely
I was like thin of a hair. I was just like, okay, this is the last call. I'm like, oh my god.
You've waited all this time.
For so long. Yeah.
Perfect. That is a story. That's a good one.
Thank you thank you for being here, and thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you for getting me on the call. That's more than enough.
We've got another Christmas tree.
No, this looks like one of the.
It's a skinny Christmas tree. It's like a thin one.
No, it looks like a cake.
Yeah.
Cake.
Yeah.
It's just holding a cake. I don't know what it's called, but.
Okay.
And there's the cherry. McCarthy is the cherry.
McCarthy is the cherry on the cake. Like trifle.
Yeah. That's what it's called, I think. Yeah.
Would you like a bit of trifle, Capkin?
I do, man.
This is a clip, isn't it?
It's the sponge, isn't it?
It's everything.
It's the mixture of jelly.
Once
cream.
You start, you can't stop, mate.
Trifle is one of those things you just can't stop eating. I'm not joking, but it's such an easy thing to eat, and it's so nice as well. But it's full of calories. You got to be careful. Yeah. But moving back to this amazing team.
Yeah.
Are we in the year 2020? Lundstrom. Interesting.
Okay. I guess you're talking about me, right? Okay.
Oh yeah, of course.
I just get that.
Sorry. Anyway, what is your question? Sorry. What is your question? Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Actually, what I was trying to go for is that I'm not really confident about Chelsea because they've got a lot of new players in. So I just don't want to put all my money on them and wait for what's going to happen. Rather, I'm going for players who have maybe are decent enough to give me points early on. And I'm also not thinking about jumping straight into the City and United players. I'll rather wait 1 or 2 weeks to see how things are shaping up with them as well. Maybe Kevin De Bruyne, the only player who'll straight swap in. And I've got Calvert-Lewin as well. You guys were just talking about.
I just seen him on the bench.
Yeah, he's on the bench. So the thinking is I'll get him and Lundstrom swap in and out for a few game weeks and see how that goes, and then I'll change it.
How many years have you been playing fantasy football?
This is the fourth season.
Waz FPL, thank you ever so much, Waz, for that donation, $1.99 there. Keep up the good streams, loving them. Thank you ever so much for being a part of it, the channel, and doing what you're doing, man. Waz, thank you, buddy, and thank you for subscribing as well, guys. Appreciate it. But yeah, so sorry to cut in there. Capkin, did you want to say anything, or Steve-O, about this team?
Go ahead, Steve-O. You got anything?
I just, alarm bells were ringing when I saw Ward-Prowse. Lundstrom, I actually understand. You know what, he did well last season. You know, you've just said about proven players, and yeah, he's proven himself in the Premier League. But Ward-Prowse, nah, I don't like that personally. But tell us why you stuck Ward-Prowse in the team.
Well, maybe because Southampton have, you know, pretty like average fixtures, and he's on set pieces as well. So if they do well, then I'm hoping that maybe he's on a few penalties and sticks in a few free kicks here and there. So, I'm not also sure about who to go with that money. I think it's 6.5. So I was also going for other options, but I didn't see any valid one. If anyone suggests, maybe there. Otherwise, I've gone for Spurs players, you know, because they have good fixtures early on. So
I think a lot of the players in the 5.5, 6.5 bracket, they're all very, very similar. And I think, as Capkin said about, I think it was Robertson and Doherty scoring very similar points. I think the same with those particular players in that price bracket of 5.5 to 6.5. I think the majority will give or take be scoring very, very similar. It's just a case of how can you move these players out for, say, maybe premium players or whatnot. It makes it a bit difficult. Do you have any money in the bank at all?
no, I tried to save maybe a 0.5 from
He's
the
got it
keeper.
on the
I might
bench.
turn it on from Nyland, and I turn it to Nyland. You know, maybe that's the place where I could get.
Yeah, I think your logic is sound. Logic never goes well with FPL, as we all know. But checking out seeing what the Manchester teams will offer, I think that Fernandes, De Bruyne, Sterling, they're going to bang. They are going to bang. Martial's another one. They're all going to do right off the bat, just bang straight into it. I mean, Jason, you'll be able to tell us more about United. You're probably more confident in United's ability when they kick off, because they've got some great fixtures, haven't they?
Oh yeah, I mean they're going to be a week behind. They're going to be raring to go, and I think I think what you're trying to do is trying to look at Everton. It's risky, man. What you're trying to do is risky, but it's different. I mean, we talked earlier on. We talked earlier on about people coming on the show talking about bringing in United players, City players, and we want to have people that have got different opinions, different frames of mind. These people, they're set to do well if the popular picks don't bang, as Steve-O says. But the thing is, it's a game of risk, and it's also a game of you've got to have a bit of luck as well. But you've also got to plan your team. And have you got a plan if these players don't perform? And how long are you going to stick with them if they don't perform? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. Will you give them 2, 3, 4 game weeks before you consider switching them out? Or are you gonna kind of have a plan B where you will take out the likes of Son to fund one of Salah and Aubameyang to fund an upgrade, whether it's Bruno, whether it is KDB, players that are almost like becoming the bedrock foundations of a lot of FPL teams out there, and you're there sticking with your, in inverted commas, differentials. That there has to be a plan. That is it, really. That's all I really have to say. Did that make any sense? Is he there? Is he gone?
There we are. And on that note, Jace.
Oh, he's still there. He's still there, but maybe he's speechless. On on that note, Shay, if you can hear me, man, there's obviously been a slight issue there with your mic, but no, just
that's too funny.
Like I always say, if you're happy with your team, that you are the most important person. Not the people in chat, not us on here, not anyone on forums or anywhere else you go to get advice. You are the most important person. If you're happy with your team, you go with your team, man, and you follow your gut. Right. We are here. We've been here now for over 2 hours, and I want to say a massive, massive thank you for Capkin for joining us for all this time. He is pumping out content left, right, and center. He's a busy man. You know, you can find him. Capkin Gaming is still the YouTube name, isn't it? It is still Capkin Gaming. But on Twitter, you are Capkin FPL. Is that right?
Yeah, just in case I want to go back to gaming. It was a gaming channel before, and you know I'm a hardcore gamer, so I do love my gaming. So maybe in the future that could change. Or maybe I could change the name. It's not a big deal for me, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, don't worry about my channels. You guys are the ones for this season. You know, you guys are doing well. You just got to keep doing it. Do what you love. Do what you enjoy. I guess this season, it's all about try your best to like enjoy the game. You know, while you're doing it, not get stressed too much about it. It's always nice to have competitiveness against each other. You know, you're having arguments and fighting over each other's transfers, which is what we kind of watch, right? What we love. So, you know, you got to be different. You got to keep doing what you're doing. There's not many channels out there. And, you know, I started from the beginning. I remember when you was, no offense, basically
tiny.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Tiny.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're getting 6 views, 6 viewers.
Yeah, I'm the guy who will tell you how it is, and I'll say it straight. There was nothing there, right? You have five viewers, and you know, but
we're the same people now than we were then.
Same thing, man. You're the same thing. You continue. And I remember when we started, I remember I was here a long time ago. I was that 5 person. I'm pretty sure that I was, because I watched it. I was interested. I loved it. It was something that I wanted to like just chill and watch you guys. Doing that, continuing. I know you went on Twitch. I don't know why. What happened there?
Oh, we got suspended off of YouTube for using a thumbnail. That wasn't.
Okay. Oh,
that was a bit not. I think it was a thumbnail. Yeah, because it was basically it was the Chelsea Burnley game.
City.
Well, Chelsea Man City game, and Steve-O uploaded a thumbnail that he got off Google of basically generic Chelsea Man City thumbnail with the Chelsea badge and the Man City badge. He titled it live reaction whatever Chelsea Man City, and he scheduled the stream, and then like literally 30 seconds before we went to hit the live button, boom, manual takedown from a French radio broadcasting company. Boom, because it was a manual takedown, it was like they stopped us from being able to live stream. We could still upload, but they took away the live streaming thing, and we then appealed it. But the appeal process takes weeks, man, weeks, and we had to fill in a counterclaim and all that jazz, and it was all a case of like, they had nothing on us. They dropped it straight. It must have been the thumbnail, because you can't get taken. Well, it was that specific video, because you know when you get a takedown that you get all the information. So you get the takedown thing. It's like this was the stream, and because Steve-O hadn't even gone live at that point, there was no copyrighted content that he could have distributed. Okay. So it was either it must have been the thumbnail, because there's nothing else. You can't copyright a YouTube title.
No music?
There was no music. No, literally, it was just a French. I can't even remember the name of them now. This French radio. We don't even speak French, you know. So what have we done to them to annoy them? But anyway, we kind of said to everybody, guys, we're not able to stream, so we're gonna have to go on Twitch. And to be fair, we had 200 people at that point. I remember we had 200 people watching us on Twitch, which was like for our first Twitch stream. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
I mean, I'm quite glad that you guys come back to YouTube. So I'm quite glad that things have gone sorted. But yeah, like I would say, continue what you're doing, enjoy it. Don't mass change things when things are already doing well. You know, enjoy your game, have fun, because this game can actually, it can hurt people's, mentality. And sometimes, like for me, like you can get clustered with so much FPL information. Like I was in the Hangout thing, and I'm not gonna lie, I loved it, but I was like, oh, I can't be on it for too long.
Yeah,
It's
you
too
can.
much.
Yeah, but the thing is about the one thing I personally find is when I have a like you say about mentally FPL and how it can affect you. If you have a bad game week and how down you can be and how you can really feel like you've rock bottom, having people you can talk to about it, it's the best thing ever. If you bottle it up and just let it consume you, you kick yourself and you feel angry, you hate the world because you felt that everything was going right and it hasn't. Just having that avenue to talk to somebody, just even if it's only a few things, just a little conversation, makes a world of a difference. And that's one of the things that I want to see here in our community, is the fact that we've got the rivalries. We've got a lot of rivalries brewing in Discord, but we've also got friendships as well. A lot of friendships, and a lot of people have met each other through FPL, and meet up in real life, have a chat. It's almost like going down the pub with your mates, have a chat, and we're always going to keep it real. We're always going to keep the content. What you see now is what you get, and what makes this show great is the people that come on. And Capkin, you are one of those people. You came and you supported us when we were literally nothing. Your channel was big. You're still getting great views, and you're much bigger. But you came onto our show and you treated us literally like the same level. You didn't look down on us. You gave us advice, and for that, we want to say thank you, man. It's like, you speak your mind. You tell us when you don't like something. You tell us when we're doing something you like. That's all we appreciate, man. We appreciate it.
I mean, if I see something good, I'm not the best FPL player in the world. It's interesting, right? I don't have a top 10k finish, but I seem to do well. It's because you just got to play the game. You show your passion. You love it. You keep continuing. You create the content, and you will get somewhere. You keep, if you got that mentality of trying to do good, trying to do well, you will get there. Trying to be real with people. You play the game with people, And
100%.
One day it could happen when I get 10k, and I'll be like, oof, it will shoot up to the millions. But it's not. I'm here to play the game.
You're not sat there looking at your sub counter. You're not there. No. And it's about the community. It's about the people that you talk. It's just about so many other things than that. It is. That's what I respect about you and you and a lot of other creators out there and what you do. Because I watched your show before we even came onto YouTube. I'd heard of you, and I'd seen your videos, and it was the case of like I think we were still doing Zoom calls on Facebook, because I was looking into. It was actually when I was looking into YouTube, like when I was trying to work out whether or not it would be viable for us. I was researching FPL channels, and wow, there was not as many back then than there is now. But yeah, honestly, man, you are welcome on here anytime you want, dude. If you feel like coming on, just jump on in the chat and the Discord.
Yes.
Give me a message. Say, I'm not busy this weekend. If you want me to come on and be live with us, have a laugh with us when the game's on. You're always welcome. Always.
Yeah, I do not mind. I definitely want to join more. Maybe like play a little bit of Call of Duty with Steve and kick his ass, maybe. Or something like that.
When the PlayStation 5 comes out, you're on, mate. We'll get Linguistic Llama on, this whole connection thing, Jason on his PC. Oh, bit of domination. Forget this Warzone nonsense. I want to play domination, team deathmatch, free for all, that's what
do it, man. I'll be up for that. Like, seriously, that's the fun part, right? So I would just say, like, you don't need to have all of these things to get where you need to get. Just play your game, enjoy it, have fun, and I'm pretty sure that everything will go well.
Yeah. We are enjoying it, man. We are enjoying it, and that's a great segue into the system. If you are enjoying it and you want to help us on our goal to hit 5,000 subs, because we would love to hit 5,000 subs for Game Week 1, make that happen for us. And I've got to give away a mug as well, Steve-O.
Before you do that, let's just quickly bring on Fire Talk. I want to say thank you to him.
You drag him on then.
Hello, Fire Talk.
Quickly,
oh dear, telling other people to make sure he's unmuted. Fire Talk, you there?
Hey guys.
Hey, thank you for tonight. You've just gone really well, hasn't it? The whole you writing everything down and stuff.
Yeah, I've got some. Well, I will talk about it when the show's finished. A couple of guys got missed like multiple times, so I'm going to get them back on Saturday. But yeah, it went pretty well. The problem was there's too many guys called Maverick.
Yes.
So you brought on FPL Maverick, and then we missed out bringing on a couple of other Mavericks, which were right behind him in the queue, and he kept skipping them and skipping him and skipping him. So Maverick Marco has got to come back on Saturday, and we'll get him straight to the top of the list. But yeah, other than that, it went pretty well.
And just to let everybody know, on Saturday we've got a special guest with J&O in the know. So yeah, he's going to be on with us from 9 o'clock, isn't it, Jace?
Yeah, 9 o'clock on Saturday, guys, and also Nim Free is joining us, or me, on Monday night. So Saturday night we've got J&O, and on Monday night we've got Nim Free. So there you go. That's the schedule now. You're the first to know about that, guys.
John Harris asked about me doing morning shows next week. Essentially, just stay tuned for this. The usual thing. Stay tuned for the notification in Discord and also on Twitter at Elite FPL, where I'll let everybody know what's going on. But yeah, Fire Talk, it's been a nice couple of days, or 3 days with them. Some great
3 days. You guys have put out some great content. Excellent.
Yeah,
thank you for what you've done, man, to help us.
And I've completely forgotten the other one. Who was it, Jason? On
Say
Tuesday.
Again?
Tuesday. Who's our guest on Tuesday? I've lost.
Well, we had Nathan Bacon originally. We had Nathan Bacon. Then we had FPL Dave. Then we had Andy. Then we had Capkin. I know the days are merging into one, but you can't forget FPL Dave. Come on. But I'm gonna do the giveaway for the mug, and I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna choose who wins this mug.
And what was the competition, Jason? Just remind everybody.
Right, I'm gonna just basically the competition was I want you to comment on the last video. It's too late now, guys. By the way, comment on the last video who your captain was. It was really easy, right? And there's only 9 replies to that, so 1 of 9 people. So, without you seeing them, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 9. Steve-O and Capkin. Don't say it out loud. Alright? Have you got the number?
I've got
one
a
on
number
one
in my
and
head,
what?
yes, between 1 and
Between
9.
1 and 9.
Okay.
Okay. And Firetug, you got one as well?
A number, yeah.
A number between 1 and 9.
Yeah, got one.
I'm not quite sure where this is going.
Well, why?
but we're all going to pick a number between 1 and 9, and if any of us get the same number, that's the winner. All right?
Okay.
Right, so I'm going to say, Capkin, you say first.
3.
Has anyone got 3?
I've got 3.
Oh, there we go! There we go, 3. There we go, 3. And the third person on the comments was the... Hang on. No, it wasn't. It was a guy called the Cape FPL. The Cape FPL, contact me on Twitter and I will be giving you a mug. I'll be sending it out. There we go. Contact me. And guess what? The winner of the last giveaway has donated their mug to none other than FPL Dave. So FPL Dave's getting a mug as well. And keep an eye out on our Twitter for any other giveaways that we do. But no, I'm gonna say thank you again. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll be back on Saturday night with J&O. And I'm gonna leave you all with my -16 hit from last season, Game Week 5. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you ever so much for all your support. And you are all beautiful in your own way. All the best.
something this.
Yes, we can.
You gotta ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
It's a head! It's something landed on head.
Yeah.
Can I quickly just say that I've posted a team in the team screenshots. I know that this is going to blow the minds of our viewers right now. I've posted a team that I'm absolutely tempted to just press the button on.
Well, hold on a minute. What would that be? A minus 12, 14? Sorry, 16? What?
Yeah, minus 16.
So, in all
Minus
seriousness,
16.
who would the transfer specifically be, Jason?
Right, Soyuncu, Salah, Sterling, Greenwood, Alexander Silva out for Rico, Mane, Lansbury, Pookie, and Aubameyang. Like this is when I could do with a wild card. Ironic. No, it's just knee jerk.
No, the attacking side of that team does look dope.
Cheers, G-Wiz. Thank you very much.
I am going to toss a coin right now. I'm going to toss a coin right now because this minus 16.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you, Jason.
It'll be a best of 3. It'll be a best of 3. Hang on.
Right, so it's quite obvious, everybody listening in chat, that Jason's going to be tossing a coin whether he does a minus 16 or not to get this team up on screen right now. Is he going to do it? Lots of people in chat are just saying, do it. I'm praying you do it.
Heads or tails? Right, are we going to go, chat? Are we going to go with the heads to do it? Or are we going to go with the tails to do it? You let me know.
Well, straight away, heads. So the question is, will it be heads to do it or not do it is the question. Everybody get chatting in chat now. Heads to do it or heads not to do it? Oh, it's heads to do it, basically.
Right, I'm going to just spin the coin. It's going to fall on the ground. I'm going to let you know exactly what it does. Right, best of 3, ladies and gentlemen.
This is live radio, live streaming.
First one, and it is. I don't believe it. It's head. Oh my god, my heart's beating. Right, second toss of the coin. Here we go. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's falling underneath the bloody table. Hang on. Oh my god.
I don't believe it's doing this. This is going to be amazing.
I've got to bloody get the coin back. Oh my god! It's a head! It's something landed on head! It's landed on head! Oh my god! I pressed the button! I pressed the button!
Mate, you're going to have to prove it. The only way you can prove it is putting your team up. You've got to put your team up in this team selection thing to prove it.
I've done it. Hang on.
You've got to put it in the thing to prove it. Just to screenshot it or what?
Hang on.
Oh my god. I'm going to have a heart attack. I thought that was Mark Southerns then. It was Mark Saunders.
Right.
Oh my goodness. Gee whiz, Gappage eliminated right now. Ryan, there's no way you've done this. And Moet, come on, use your red. Steve-O, have a shot to celebrate. No, I'm not. I ain't drinking on this. Maybe on a Monday evening. And who knows? Anna Vesta, take a minus 60. Oh my goodness, John Harris, this is a clip. Well, SMZ is it? I'm sure you can do something like this. Oh my goodness. Have you put it in there yet, Jason?
Hang on.
Dan Bull saying this reminds me of Pete Smith's drinking games.
There you go.
Resi Dezel straight away. I have now overtaken Jason just to done that. LFPL Little saying should have done it on camera. Oscar, I'm crying. Leo Aussie, Christmas has come early. Master P, well, you've done this. Let's just see if it is in the old team shot screen. Well, here it is.